ballistic testing proved the gun used to convict him in 1994 for 22-year-old Andy Asher's death was not the homicide weapon. Illinois' governor-elect will not live in the governor's mansion full-time. J.B. Pritzker telling reporters he'll split his time between Chicago and Springfield. Pritzker saying he intends only to move part-time into the newly renovated governor's mansion in Springfield after he takes office. But he says he will also commute back to his home in Chicago several times. Villa Park officials say now is the time to determine they will demolish the more than 6-decade-old Lufkin pool. Meantime, a group working to save that pool believes it is better to delay that decision until next spring. The Villa Park Village Board scheduled to vote later tonight on a contract to destroy that pool. A memorial service is set this week for a former Wheaton woman who died of malaria after doing mission work for the past 5 years in Africa. Visitation for 25-year-old Megan Liddy, who passed away November 2nd, will take place Wednesday at the Wheaton Bible Church Chapel in West Chicago. And it was an injured deer to blame for stopping the CTA Blue Line for several hours near Rosemont. Trains were halted yesterday between Harlem and O'Hare yesterday afternoon after the deer ran onto the tracks and became trapped near the Rosemont station. Yes, little Tommy, the animal was pulled safely from the tracks and taken to Chicago Animal Care and Control. Jonathan Dave, Alex DeBrincat scored. Not enough. Hurricanes beat the Blackhawks 3-2 in Raleigh. The Hawks have now lost 8 in a row. Mavericks over the Bulls 103-98. Illinois' men's basketball team hosting Georgetown tonight. College hoops last night. Northwestern beat American. DePaul over Morgan State. UIC, a last-second loss to Duquesne. If anyone watched, you saw a pretty bad game. And the Giants, a winner over the 49ers in Monday Night Football, 27-23. The news service of the T.J. Martell Foundation, Music's Promise for a Cure. To learn more, visit tjmartell.org, tjmartell.org. 5:08, and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Finally, all the shouting is over. We now have winners and losers. This election season seemed to be more difficult, contentious, and even painful than ever before. For all you winners, congratulations. For all you losers, you can always try again. For the American people, time to do as we always do. Come together and heal. Hey, life will go on. America is still the greatest, best hope for the world. If you don't believe it, just stick with us. We'll get you through. AM 560. The answer.
If you're self-employed and purchase your own health insurance, I have some good news. From now until December 15th, you cannot be denied coverage based on a pre-existing condition, and depending on your income, you may find a more affordable plan. And this year, thanks to President Trump, if you're healthy and your income is too high to qualify for a subsidy, there is a new and competitive non-Obamacare marketplace where premiums are much lower and the PPO networks include access to our teaching hospitals in Chicago. Employers who provide small group coverage also have new options, and so do seniors looking for Medicare supplement coverage. Call me. I can help.
If you're tired of calling a bureaucrat at an 800 number to help you navigate Obamacare, then you need a local expert on your side. Your own health insurance mentor. See Stephen Tucker from healthinsurancementors.com is someone I know and trust. He's a 20-year licensed broker who's been educating our listeners for 7 years. Steve, how can our listeners get in touch with you?
Thanks, Dan. They can visit healthinsurancementors.com or call me directly at 630-674-1551.
She seems happier. Her fur is so much shinier, silkier, softer. She has really mellowed a lot.
Sheba is 105 lean pounds of shiny, smooth, happy dog for life.
The shedding has stopped. The itching has stopped.
Since 2001, we've helped more than 250,000 dogs get over their nutritional deficiency miseries.
And saved our customers bazillions in vet bills.
Everything we tried failed except the Dinovite.
Come to Dinovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
If you want the dog to be healthy, you got to feed it something healthy.
The omega-3 fatty acids.
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa.
The digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
Dinovite
is nutrition.
Dynavite for life.
Don't let your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy.
Come to Dynavite for help.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique, but you are not alone. MAD is here to help. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. That's MADD.org.
It is 5:11 this early morning. Let's check the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
The outbound Kennedy, we're seeing overnight roadwork delays from Austin to Harlem, with that work now clearing, but it's 23 minutes downtown to O'Hare. Inbound fine at 20. No problems to report on the Yadens or the Eisenhower right now. The Stevenson is still okay. The inbound ride looks good. Outbound, we've got delays. 83rd split roadwork there. Outbound, the entrance from 87th is closed as well. Inbound side of I-57, it's tight Holstead in the merge. 18 minutes, I-80 to the right. Bishop Ford all clear. No problems to report on Lakeshore Drive. There's some roadwork on the southbound tri-state from the state line to 173 and 132 to 120. Work scheduled till 7 this morning. The other tollways are fine. It's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answers starts next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center and our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Today mostly cloudy and cold with a high 35. Colder night tonight with clouds breaking, a low of 19. Tomorrow partly sunny with a high 30. Then a clear and cold night tomorrow night with a low 20. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
20 at O'Hare, 23 along the lakefront. It is 20 degrees this morning in Aurora. And your next news update is at 5:30 with continuous news coverage at 560theanswer.com. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy starts now on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth. Tune in Saturday afternoons at 2 for Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy, and the Michelle Obama United Center pre-party.
Yeah, are you having it, or am I going to have it?
It's starting right now on our show.
Oh, that's right.
We're the official home of the Michelle Obama United Center concert pre-party.
You tapped the keg, right? You ready to go?
It's going to be fun.
Oh, I love that cheese board you got, too. There's really, you know what? That's kind of classy, Dan.
It's a big day in Chicago when our queen returns, and Michelle Obama will be with her. I'm talking about Oprah, of course.
Right. Oh, hey-oh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Michelle Obama previewing some of her greatest hits on his 2020 interview with Robin Roberts over the weekend. I'm sure you'll hear more of this tonight, including dramatic readings. The dramatic readings I like. Let me give you an example. Here's Michelle Obama reading an excerpt from her book about President Trump and his foray into birtherism.
Donald Trump, with his loud and reckless innuendos, was putting my family's safety at risk. And for this, I'd never forgive him.
No, you didn't. You do not mess.
Who will be on piano tonight to accompany her dramatic reading, I wonder? I hope they've got
They're following
good.
her around the city.
Elton John was just in town. Maybe swing him back in. Michelle Obama on Melania and whether or not they've developed a close relationship after she handed over the baton.
Is the current First Lady, how do you think she is doing in defining who she is?
You know, one of the things you learn as a former, it's like, I don't judge what a current is doing, you know. So I'd prefer not to, you know, speak on what she's doing versus what I did, because I think every First Lady approaches this job differently.
That was a classy answer.
And she was asked if Melania has since called her to ask her any questions, seek any advice, and the answer, resounding no. How about another dramatic reading?
Only if it's in the key of G.
Michelle Obama on President Trump, the bully.
We were now up against a bully, challenging the dignity of our country with practically his every utterance.
Crooked Hillary Clinton.
It was dignity I wanted to make an appeal for.
Wow.
I can't wait to read the book. I just don't know. Maybe the book on
I want to
tape.
read the book.
You want to read it?
Well, because there's a section where she talked about how her oldest daughter went to prom and she answered the White House doors in bare feet. And her husband, Barack, was wearing flip-flops. And Melania listened, or not Melania, Malia, the older one, leaned over to her mom and said, "Can you guys please grow up and stop embarrassing me?"
I see. They ripped
they're
that
like
from...
real cool, like the cool parents. Everything's cool. My daughter's going to prom and I'm hanging out in bare feet. Well, what parent does? Nobody does that. When that's a big deal when your kid goes to prom. I know you didn't go to any proms, but if you had gone to any dance or a prom, the parents normally dress up when the date comes over to take the pictures. And Dad was in flip-flops. Dad was cool, man.
Yeah.
They told her to have a good time.
So that's a storyline they ripped from an episode of The Cosby Show or something. One of these apocryphal stories that politicians like to tell to humanize themselves. Like Barack Obama's composite girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember
That
her.
story sounds fact-based to me, based on a true story. Michelle Obama continued, making sure to remind you, sort of softly but not subtly, that a vote for Trump was a vote for a misogynist. So you, Amy, are a misogynist sympathizer.
Something was wrong with me.
That's it.
You said, "I will always wonder about what led so many, women in particular, to reject an exceptionally qualified female candidate and instead choose a misogynist as their president." Those are powerful words.
I implored people to focus and to think about what it takes to be commander-in-chief. It's amazing to me that we still have to tell people about the importance of voting. That almost every 2 years we're having this conversation to get people to the polls. And in the end, that's how our democracy works. People have to be educated, they have to be focused on the issues, and they have to go to the polls if they want their politics to reflect their values.
Oh, exactly, Michelle. I know what you're saying, sister. It reminds me of the same thing I told people back in 2008 when your husband was running.
Right, that they have to. Real quick, though, Melania Trump, by the way, did respond to Michelle Obama via her spokesperson, saying that, I reached out to her if she needs any help. I'm a phone call away. That's exactly what Laura Bush had said to her. But when she said it to, Robin Roberts, she raised her eyebrow, and I guess that was some cause of concern. So they released a statement saying Mrs. Trump is a strong and independent woman who's been navigating her role as First Lady in her own way. When she needs advice on any issue, she seeks it from her professional team within the White House.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why she wouldn't want to go to Michelle Obama. That's a real conundrum. Michelle Obama also, again, an excerpt, so you get the music. This is the only way I'm actually going to be able to get through this book, would be if it was a book on tape with the music bed.
Right, and then they
insert
sound bites, so you hear President.
Yeah, you get like a dramatic, and you get some inflection in the music. Michelle Obama on the inauguration. Get ready, as Robin Roberts would say. Powerful words.
The vibrant diversity of the two previous inaugurations was gone. Someone from Barack's administration might have said that the optics there were bad, that what the public saw didn't reflect the president's reality or ideals. But in this case, maybe it did. Realizing it, I made my own optic adjustment. I stopped even trying to smile.
I'm not smiling for you white people.
Wow, this is getting thick.
Not smiling for you white people.
Well, she looked miserable. I mean, you saw her during the inauguration.
Well,
and then she looked in great pain.
Well, they lost.
I know, but my God, she almost looked sad to leave the White House, and they got in that little chopper and flew away.
I think also all of our commentary about Michelle Obama's concert book should be accompanied with this music. I think that's the only way I'm going to get through these topics as well.
The most important thing, what are you going to wear tonight?
312-642-5600, Turnkey.pro answer line, 64636DA, Turnkey.pro text line. A good question. Are you going to be tailgating before the Michelle Obama concert tonight at the UC? Are you going in a group? Are you going, is this a date night thing? Tell me how you will be taking in Michelle Obama's concert with the Queen of Chicago, Oprah, this evening.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
The school year started just a short time ago, but it's not too late for your son or daughter to get the outstanding education and preparation for life that St. John's Northwestern Military Academy offers with their ongoing enrollment program. For years, St. John's Northwestern Military Academy has served young men and is now an excellent co-ed environment. Not a school for troubled kids, but one that will prepare young men and women for college by focusing on rigorous academics and leadership with a safe, secure, and structured environment free from distractions that's conducive to successful learning. St. John's Northwestern Military Academy in the beautiful Lake Country region of southeast Wisconsin inspires personal growth through a commitment to excellence in academics, spiritual, and character development, athletics, and their military traditions. And there's still time to enroll your son or daughter for this school year. Call 1-800-SJ-CADET. That's 1-800-SJ-CADET. Or visit their website, sjnma.org. That's sjnma.org.
If you're like most people and you see two gas stations and one sells gas for a little bit less, you go to that one. It just makes sense. Every little bit helps. But here's what's weird, though. Sometimes we save a few pennies here and there and ignore opportunities to save huge money, life-changing money. If you switch to Medi-Share for your health care, it could be massive savings for you. The typical savings for a family is $500 a month. Think what you could do with that over time. Just doing the math, that's $6,000 a year. That is significant. And yes, people love it, and they love it because it works. It's believers who share each other's healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people are now members of Medi-Share, and it's growing like crazy. Find out how much you could save and why Medi-Share is so popular. Go to Medishare.com or call 855-BIBLE-11. That's 855-BIBLE-11. Medishare.com or 855-BIBLE-11.
Hey, if you're missing teeth or even a single tooth, then dental implants are a fantastic way to regain your confidence, your smile, and your dental health. Hey, Sean Hannity here. So what are you waiting for? Find out now if implants are for you. Successful implants don't come from an implant factory. Skill, treatment, installation, those are the main differences for successful lifelong implants. That's why you need to see Dr. Neruzzi at Fox River Periodontics. Dr. Neruzzi is the recommended choice of dentists that don't do implants themselves. You need the experience, the skill, and honesty that over 25 years of dental implants brings, and you're going to be happy with your implant. It's not a mass production procedure because everyone is different. And Dr. Neruzzi wants to talk to you about dental implants today.
This is Dr. Neruzzi. I personally guarantee your happiness with your implants.
Call Fox River Periodontics at 630-232-7400. They're online at implantsforme.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Sadeka, President and CEO of Precision Payroll of America. We're the 35-year-old company whose first employee and first client are still working together. Without further ado.
Hi, I'm Patty Fritz, Precision Payroll's first employee. Yes, I'm real. I love working with my team and our clients and providing the best service and support. Hard to believe it's been that long. But when you love what you do, it's great. And I do love what we do at Precision Payroll. I didn't start for myself either.
That's right, Patty. I was there day one, and I'm still working with you today. Hi, I'm Jack Bishop, owner of Priority Logistics in Elk Grove, and Precision Payroll's first client. Yes, I'm real too. Precision Payroll has served us exceptionally for 35 years. We've grown together over the years, and I look forward to many more to come.
Jack and Patty, thank you both for making Precision Payroll of America a great company to do business with. To join our growing ranks of clients, visit us at precisionpayroll.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Obviously, that music means we're talking about the Michelle Obama Oprah concert tonight. I'm calling it...
What are you calling it?
Make Michelle Proud of America Again. So that's the Oompa concert.
Oh, the Moompa.
Oompa tour.
312-642-5600 is your Turnkey Pro answer line. Your phone calls all morning long. What are you going to wear? Who are you going to go with? Is it going to be a date night?
What cliche are you looking forward to her reciting? Favorite cliches?
She's still hot, though.
I don't know. Maybe. I think the encore, or one of the encores. I assume there'll be many.
Oh, yeah.
She'll also read excerpts from her Princeton dissertation. And that's fun.
That'll be really good.
Bill on the Northwest Side. You're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hi, Dan and Amy. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, I intend to make a full day of it with the Mcsally rally tonight. I'm going to start with a church service at Pastor Jeremiah Wright's church on the south
he
side
married
of Hyde
them.
Park,
Good
where
idea.
I can hear a nice sermon with inflammatory, rateful hate speech in it. That's always a good way to start a full day. And then while I'm in the neighborhood, I'm going to stop over, present my resume at University of Chicago Hospital, where I'm going to apply for the $300,000 per year administrative job where you don't have to show up for work.
It is still
In other
vacant.
words,
Yeah. So that's
Just have to
good.
go to a few board meetings.
Yeah.
That's it.
In other words, replaced Michelle Obama's job. And then I'm going to head to the rally. But instead of bringing her book to sign, I'm going to bring the book written by the chief of the Secret Service detail, who recently wrote a book spanning his career over numerous presidents whom he served, whereby he said that Michelle Obama does not like white people.
Yeah, no, I know. What? Yeah, thanks, Bill. That's a big day. It's a good day.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it.
I'm going to start out by going to East Bank Club, maybe run into her in the shower sauna.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounded really creepy.
You're going to hurt something if you run into her.
Stop it. She's still beautiful.
It's stunning.
Getting a little thick, but still
gorgeous.
We all gain a little LB.
Ravishing.
She is pretty.
No, in a Rubenesque sort of way, no question. Jim in Crown Point.
You know what kills me? I admire George Bush Jr. because he left politics and you don't hear from him.
Yeah.
And that's where we want to hear our former presidents and their first ladies. You get the limelight, let it go. It's like the aging athlete. Michael Jordan, when Iverson blew past him, he knew it was time to get out.
Interesting. Nice. Thanks for the
I
call,
just don't
Jim.
think the timing of this book is appropriate. But you know what? They're their own people.
Well, here's
they
the
do
thing.
their own thing. Because Laura Bush would never do this.
Well, I mean,
Hillary Clinton,
they've done memoirs. They do memoirs
have,
after their time at the turn. But here's the thing.
But there's something different about this.
This is what they want.
Rock star.
This is celebrity without responsibility, which is what they all aspire to.
Oh.
Me too. I want celebrity without responsibility too. It's the
doesn't?
best.
Who doesn't want that?
You get the money, you get no responsibility, you read some excerpts from some fifth grade level book, and then pay you a lot of money. People, idolize you, and then you go have dinner.
She's touring the
with,
country. I mean, her concert's
at Oprah's
sold
place.
out. It's not a concert. I mean, it's sold out everywhere. New York, Chicago, L.A. You can't get in. You have to scalp tickets now.
It's a big deal, the Oompa tour. Frank in St. Charles.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, Michelle likes using the expression, when they go low, you go high. But back in 2007, when Obama and Hillary were trying to get the nomination, she blamed Hillary for Bill's womanizing when she said, if you can't run your own house, you certainly can't run the White House.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that going to be in the book?
I don't know, Frank. Thanks for the call. That's a good question.
The book is titled Becoming. So Becoming Michelle Obama. I don't know if...
Was there a transition involved? I hate to speculate.
Will you stop it? Oh, coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Martha Mcsally and her golden retriever concede the Arizona Senate race at 5:38.
And Cinnamon, she's bisexual. Will she be bipartisan? But first, let's get into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
Chilly, 21 degrees this morning. Campfire burning in Northern California has scorched the foothills and now stands as the deadliest wildfire in the state's history. Butte County Sheriff Corey Honinga made the tragic announcement late last night.
As of today, an additional 13 human remains have been recovered, which brings the total number to 42.
Recovery teams found 13 more bodies yesterday, pushing that death toll higher. The Butte County Sheriff said more search and rescue teams and cadaver dogs are being requested. More people forced from their homes by the Ventura County Woolsey fire are being allowed back. That fire is about 40% contained. Democrat Kyrsten Sinema, the winner of Arizona's Senate race, she says she looks to the late Senator John McCain as a guide.
Senator McCain is irreplaceable, but his example will guide our next steps forward. He taught us to always assume the best in others, to seek compromise instead of sowing division, and to always put country ahead of party.
The race took nearly a week to call. Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen could be on her way out. The Washington Post cites White House officials who say President Trump is looking to have Nielsen replaced. Post reporter Phil Rucker has had several interactions with Nielsen while in office.
Nielsen has been frustrated in the job herself, and she's been thinking about leaving at some point, although clearly this is going to be the president's decision.
White House Chief of Staff John Kelly is now reportedly going to bat for Nielsen with the president. U.S. intelligence officials believe North Korea is still developing its ballistic missile program. The missile development is going on at several undeclared military sites across the country. Opening statements begin today in the trial of suspected Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. El Chapo is accused of running an international drug empire that netted billions from drug sales, ordered at least 30 murders, many of them here in Chicago. 10 are hospitalized after two buses collide on the far south side. It's a Pace bus and a CTA bus that hit in the 1500 block of East 103rd Street. One victim of that crash remains in critical condition this morning. Teachers in Geneva could be headed for a strike. Educators in District 304 rallied last night before a school board meeting at the Geneva Middle School South. Teachers are legally allowed to hit the picket lines today, but union leaders say they'll give the board more time before making a final decision. Hurricanes beat the Blackhawks 3-2 in Raleigh last night. Mavericks over the Bulls 103-98. College baskets last night. It was Northwestern, DePaul, and Duquesne with wins. Duquesne a last-second win over UIC. This evening, it's the Fighting Illini taking on Georgetown. The news is a service of CreditBox.com. Do you need extra money for all of your favorite holiday festivals this year? Get funding that fits your lifestyle with CreditBox. Visit CreditBox.com now. Complete their easy online application for instant pre-approval. That's CreditBox.com. Restrictions may apply. 5:33 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher explains the consequences of elections.
Millions and millions of Americans voted for President Trump because of the gamble that he would fulfill his promise and appoint conservatives to the judiciary. With the Senate firmly controlled by the Republicans, that continues. We're going to continue to see conservative upon conservative appointed to the federal judiciary, and that's going to affect our grandchildren.
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, fall is here, and so are those weekend cleanup projects. Hey, Sean Hannity here to tell you that getting organized is simple and easy with Store Lock Modular Systems, the best tool cabinet you'll ever buy. They're durable Store Lock Modular Systems. They're built the old-fashioned way, made to order, exactly how you want it, and they're 100% crafted in the USA. And these storage systems have dividers, liners, layouts. All are made with quality materials, including steel ball bearings and heat-treated steel rollers. Store Lock is so strong that each drawer holds up to 400 pounds. Your custom system is powder-coated in-house in any color that you want, plus it's fully assembled when it ships, so you can get organized really fast. Store Lock fits any home or business, will last a lifetime with its 55-year top-to-bottom warranty. All you have to do is order today and receive your system in about 4 weeks. Call now at 1-800-STOR-LOC. That's Store Lock, 1-800-STORE-LOCK. And check out StoreLock.com for upcoming events.
What do you hear? Most people just hear an engine. We hear a 6.2-liter Hemi V8 with a supercharger that accelerates so fast, it'll suck the air out of your lungs and knock you back in your seat like you're an astronaut in a rocket ship hurtling through the stratosphere. But then again, we're not most people. We're the Brotherhood of Muscle. Dodge. Domestic, not domesticated. Dodge is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why aren't more things in life customizable? Why isn't a burger cheaper when you ask for no onions? I don't want them, so shouldn't you deduct the price of the onions, right? Otherwise, I'm paying for the onions, but I'm not receiving any onions.
Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer.
Check out the newest podcast from the Associated Press, Ground Game, hosted by AP's Megan Crane. A weekly conversation about top political issues around the midterm elections. Available on Apple Podcasts.
5:36. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
I-80 eastbound traffic is stop and go from 183rd Street to I-57. There's a crash there. Traffic moving well on the westbound side. Edens looks good right now. Eastbound spur, though, a little bit tight. Finkston to Waukegan Road with the ongoing construction. Kennedy inbound okay. Outbound it's heavy. Austin to Harlem for overnight work. 24 minutes downtown to O'Hare. On Eisenhower getting a little tight around 25th Avenue. About Stevenson. Delays 355 to Cass, Ashland to the Ryan, 40 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 34. On Ryan, 18 minutes, 95th to downtown, outbound 19, with roadwork delays 83rd to the Split. I-57, 18 minutes, I-80 to the Merge, Bishop Ford 16. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Partly sunny, breezy, and cold today. A high near 30. Clear and temperatures falling near the record low of 14 overnight. Currently 20 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 6. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Retirement Zone Radio and the North Shore Capital Group, empowering you Saturday mornings at 6 a.m.
Listen to podcasts of Joe Walsh and Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy, and one of the more stunning developments in the midterm election was the now confirmed defeat of Martha Mcsally at the hands of Kristen Sinema, two members of Congress running for the Jeff Flake seat, since Flake not running for re-election. And
the seat's been in Republican hands for 20-plus years.
40, I think.
Yeah. Thought it was going to stay that way, but it didn't. Oh, no.
Martha Mcsally conceding on Twitter yesterday, a little video from her couch with her
beautiful dog,
golden retriever there with her. Comfort dog, literally.
Hey everybody, I just called Kirsten Sinema and congratulated her on becoming Arizona's first female senator after a hard-fought battle. I wish her all success as she represents Arizona in the Senate. And I also want to say thank you to everybody who supported me in this campaign, my staff and volunteers and everybody who voted for me. I'm so grateful for you as my wingman and my wingwomen in this journey. We sure wish it came out with a different result, but I'm so thankful for you. As I traveled around this state, I was so inspired by the many people that I met. And I am convinced Arizona is the best state in the country, and our best days are still yet to come, and I'm going to continue to pray for our success. Thank you so much.
You can hear her dog panting, like, and then he put his arm on her.
The first female senator from Arizona.
What?
It's just grating. Why not also say first bisexual senator from Arizona? If you want to go from the left's identity politics premises, then we're supposed to celebrate her bisexuality too. First openly bisexual member of the United States Senate.
So gross. And last night she was wearing an emerald green cocktail dress when she took to the lectern to thank everybody.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I spoke to Congresswoman Mcsally this evening, and I'm grateful for her service. We both ran for the Senate for the same reason, because we want what's best for Arizona and for our country.
Yeah.
As I head to serve our great state in the United States Senate, I pledge...
Don't clap, it's okay.
I pledge to double down on this approach. During my 6 years in Congress,
it goes on and on. But
Oh,
she
my
did.
God.
She distanced herself from the Democratic Party and said she's not a Democrat; she's an independent, and she remembers the great one, John McCain.
His example shines a light on our way forward. Senator John McCain stood for everything we stand for as Arizonans, fighting for what you believe in, standing up for what's right, even if you stand alone, and serving a cause that is greater than oneself. Senator McCain is irreplaceable, but his example will guide our next steps forward.
And McCain, a noted bisexual as well, so Sinema's following his footsteps in that respect as well, I presume.
No, it does make me sick.
Nice pandering.
Yeah, and it does make me sick that they. First headline: first bisexual senator ever. Who cares? It's so gross. Keep that stuff to yourself. I don't even need to know about that.
Martha Mcsally's having to note that she's the first female senator from Arizona is part of the reason I think Martha Mcsally lost. She turns out not to be a particularly good candidate. She had alienated conservatives before she alienated Flake and McCain voters. That can at least explain in part, not totally, but in part, the spread between her and Doug Ducey, the governor of Arizona, who won by 16 points.
Ooh.
Blowout, a walk. And she narrowly loses, both under 50% of the vote. Now, there is this little interesting twist of timing here. Mcsally could still wind up in the United States Senate next year if she is appointed to replace John Kyle, replacing John McCain to fill out his unexpired term.
That's true. Or when that term expires, she might run again for that Senate seat.
Well, if she's not
appointed,
I doubt she'll be running. And the word is, where there was the thought that she would be in the running for that appointment if she was unsuccessful, it doesn't look like that's the direction the Governor Ducey of Arizona wants to go. So I think Martha Mcsally may be done. And frankly, losing that race to Kristen Sinema, who's a carnival act, it's sort of embarrassing. Doesn't really warrant, I think, replacing Kyle, replacing McCain, and then standing for election in 2020. They need to find somebody better politically.
Politically.
I'm not talking about her service to the country. I'm just talking about the quality as a candidate. That's what we're talking about here. This is electoral politics. It's not resumes, obviously, because Kristen Sinema didn't have one, and Martha Mcsally's a fracking fighter pilot, and that didn't work.
I know, even that. And then they showed her, outside of her fighter jet, and then Sinema wearing a pink tutu protesting.
And encouraging
and that
people
didn't work either.
And saying, she's indifferent if Americans join the Taliban and fight against U.S. troops. Right. I mean, it's just remarkable things between her and Sean Casten. You want to talk about Looney Tunes. And people don't care. They just focus and obsess about whatever Trump tweeted last.
My friends from Arizona who voted for her, Cinema Stick, we called her.
Yeah, is it Dumas?
They said that they didn't like Martha Mcsally's commercials, that they were too harsh, they were too cruel. That's not what Arizona stand for. We're not. They compared her to President Trump. Like President Trump, they thought that she was a bully.
Yeah,
whatever.
Right, everybody's a bully because your friends are lobotomized snowflakes, obviously. Here's an interesting perspective on John McCain, and it doesn't come from Arizona, but it is drawing a response from Meghan McCain. John McCain's the reason Republicans lost the House, says Jason Lewis, radio talk show host turned congressman from Minnesota, Republican who lost last week to Democrat Angie Craig. Writing in the Wall Street Journal this weekend, McCain's last-minute decision prompted a green wave of liberal special interest money, which was used to propagate false claims that the House plan gutted coverage for people with pre-existing conditions. That line was the Democrats' most potent attack in the midterms. So McCain's, voting down effectively repeal and replace of Obamacare and allowing Democrats to use that issue against Republicans with the money that Lewis is referring to, spelled defeat for a lot of suburban Republicans, Jason Lewis, Randy Hultgren, Peter Roskam, and others. That certainly was a part of Democrat messaging. There's no question about that.
Yeah. Did anybody ever ask why he did that? I mean, why he stood there on the floor and went, boom, with thumbs down? I mean, what was his reasoning?
Oh, I don't know that we ever got a straight answer
we didn't
from
get
him.
A straight answer? Right.
But I think I think it has everything to do with his personal animus.
To Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's all personal. Meghan McCain tweeted back that this is abhorrent to Jason Lewis. You can call it abhorrent if you want. That's not addressing the substance of the matter. McCain, by that choice, 7 years of saying repeal and replace if you give us control of the House and the Senate. And you may not like the particulars, and we talked about this yesterday with Robert Lazewski's write-up in his excellent health care blog, real expert in the field, about that the issue with respect to Obamacare is about health care security, health insurance security, and by extension, health care security, but that the middle class is getting crushed by Obamacare premium spikes and deductible increases. And the Republicans messaged it wrong, but they were back on their hind legs on the issue because they didn't get their plan through and have the ability to be proactive in developing Obamacare replacements at the state level and then message into those replacements. So I think there's some merit to what Jason Lewis has to say, and I understand that Meghan McCain is going to recoil at ascribing blame to John McCain, but I think there's merit to that, and also some merit to the idea that at least part of the Mcsally defeat has to do with McCain and Flake.
Mm-hmm.
So, anybody want to ask them those questions now? I mean, Flake, obviously, or have Meghan McCain address that since she wants to understandably defend her father's legacy and honor, but at the cost of putting Kristen Sinema in the Senate.
Hear about the big stories of the day, then talk about them right here on Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
When you're looking for a special and creative way to thank your customers for their business or to follow up with your clients, gift it forward with KP Toffee. Your business associates deserve something different and exceptional that will be remembered. Or maybe you'd like to show your employees some appreciation for a project or job well done, and gift it forward with KP Toffee. Or just the right gourmet gift that stands out, makes an impression, and shows that you went above and beyond. Give scrumptious KP Toffee. KP Toffee is a Wisconsin-made gourmet English toffee topped with rich premium chocolate and pecans. The award-winning toffee is completely handmade with their secret recipe. The premium ingredients and carefully controlled process give it a perfectly unique crunch. KP Toffee is available in milk, dark, and white chocolate flavors, plus some amazing specialty flavors and KP Toffee Popcorn Crunch and the KP Toffee Pretzel Twist. See all the goodies KP Toffee has to offer and shop online today to make gift giving special. kptoffee.com. That's kptoffee.com.
She seems happier. Her fur is so much shinier, silkier, softer. She has really mellowed a lot.
Sheba is 105 lean pounds of shiny, smooth, happy dog for life.
The shedding has stopped. The itching has stopped.
Since 2001, we've helped more than 250,000 dogs get over their nutritional deficiency miseries.
And saved our customers bazillions in vet bills.
Everything we tried failed except the Dynovite.
Come to Dynovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
If you want the dog to be healthy, you got to feed it something healthy.
The omega-3 fatty acids, flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa, the digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
Dynovite is nutrition.
Dynovite for life.
Don't let your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy.
Come to Dynovite for help.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
Where has the year gone? It seems like the holidays always sneak up on us so fast. Most retailers do their shopping in the first quarter of the year, but there are some exceptions. Fox Valley Coins in Naperville is gearing up now for the biggest season of the year. They want to buy it before Christmas. Fox Valley Coins is one of the largest rare coin dealers in the entire Midwest. The sales of precious metals and rare coins and currency has been very brisk this year, so now they're on a huge buying spree. Fox Valley Coins buy all forms of gold and silver bars, coins, and jewelry, and they specialize in the rare and collector coins and currency. Find Fox Valley Coins on Route 59 in Ferry, just north of I-88 at the Naperville-Warrenville border. They'll make house calls to your home or bank on larger collections in November. FoxValleyCoins.com. Sure, they'll buy after Christmas, but they're stocking their shelves now. Get to Fox Valley Coins on Route 59 in Ferry in Naperville or online, FoxValleyCoins.com. FoxValleyCoins.com. Dealers since 1981.
Are you buying or selling a business or starting a business? Maybe you have legal problems with a business partner or employees, or are just drowning in new regulations. You need the support of a law firm that concentrates in a wide range of business law and tax matters. You need the corporate team at Kelleher & Buckley. Whether you're a local mom and pop shop, middle market business, or a large corporation or franchise, they provide cost-effective legal solutions to help your businesses thrive. The lawyers of Kelleher & Buckley focus on targeted legal advice tailored to meet the specific needs of your business. You deserve competent legal representation from a law firm maintaining a high level of knowledge about the ever-changing laws governing businesses. One that also includes accountants and tax specialists on board to provide your business bottom-line solutions. Kelleher & Buckley, LLC of North Barrington and Chicago is a legal solution provider that also includes estate planning, asset protection, life insurance planning, and litigation. Keep your business on track. Call 847-382-9130 or online at kelleherbuckley.com.
Attention Second Amendment patriots. Just Target Guns of Libertyville in Lake County just returned from the largest gun show in America with new products. They're fully stocked for home defense and all shooting sports. Just Target Guns, located in Libertyville on Peterson Road, is the place to go for rifles, pistols, antique firearms, ammunition, and all levels of shotguns. Connie Shanahan and the knowledgeable staff at Just Target Guns will answer all your questions, no matter your level of experience, and help discover what you need for sports shooting, trap, skeet, target practice, or self-defense. Whether you're a novice shooter or a highly trained professional, Just Target Guns has got your brass covered. Get your FOID card, sign up for firearms training, and conceal and carry classes. Just Target Guns also has a skilled gunsmith on staff for repairs, and firearm appraisals are done in-house. Exercise your Second Amendment rights and set your sight on JustTargetGuns.com. That's JustTargetGuns.com.
For more than a half century, Mueller CPA and Financial Advisory has provided audit, tax, outsourced accounting, business consulting, and financial advisory services to Chicagoland companies. Mueller provides customized financial guidance to a client base that includes independent business owners, startups, local government, and nonprofits. I'm with Dave Nissen, Mueller Managing Partner.
Thanks, Dan. Mueller values being part of the community for the last 50 years, meeting our clients' financial service needs. A major component of meeting those needs is our professionals' superb knowledge and their ability to deliver timely and quality solutions to meet our clients' challenges. Whether you're interested in tax minimization strategies, looking to expand your business, or need assistance with business planning, our team can help. Our goal is your company's financial success today and over a lifetime.
For questions about how the recent legislative changes can specifically affect your business or how to effectively plan for these changes, call Dave Nissen at 847-888-8600 or visit MuellerCPA.com. That's Mueller, Mueller, CPA.com.
It's Mike Gallagher, always honored when I get to visit with my dear friend Tom Sedeka, who's president and CEO of Precision Payroll of America, a 35-year-old company that still has its first employee and first client. It's pretty remarkable, Tom. You're a great patriot. You're a fantastic entrepreneur, and you got to be thrilled at the continued success of Precision Payroll. And I give all the credit to AM 560 The Answer and the Mike Gallagher Show.
Thanks, Mike. And so do I. I have to tell you, working with you is an absolute treat and an honor. And the number of clients that we have gained over the years across the country from working with you has been a real blessing. So it is a real joy to work with somebody like Mike Gallagher and be on AM 560.
And it's a real joy for somebody like me to say for all your payroll processing or HR needs, go to PrecisionPayroll.com, PrecisionPayroll.com, or call Tom and his team, 630-242-1507, 630-242-1507, Precision Payroll of America.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, and so you got a concession from Martha Mcsally in Arizona. No such concession from Andrew Gillum, the Democrat gubernatorial candidate in Florida. Here's Gillum at a black church on Sunday talking about the recount.
I am in some ways tired. It's been a long 21 months.
Yeah.
We laid it all on the field. But I want you to know I am energized around this mission to see every single vote counted in this process. I'm energized around that. I believe in our democracy. I believe that our democracy can and should work. But as I said along the trail, power sees nothing without a demand. It never has and it never will. And so the task at our hand right now is to make sure that we show up and we show out in this process and let these folks know that we are not going to be ignored. We're not going to be hushed. We're not going to be set to the side.
Yeah.
We're not going to be told that we don't have a seat at the table. We're going to pull up our own folding chair if we got to. We'll bring our own table if we must. But we're going to do our job to make sure that this process works for all of us.
Indeed. We will bring every provisional ballot bag from every Avis rental car to Broward County to be counted.
And they have until, 3 o'clock on Thursday is the deadline, right?
Did you hear this story? Richard DiNapoli, former chairman of Broward County Republican Party, posting a video explaining he had been contacted by an Avis car rental employee about a box marked provisional ballots found in the trunk of a rental car. That's not where they're supposed to be.
No. Uh-oh. What happened? So that's why there's, talk of voter fraud there. Thanks.
Brenda Snipes is...
she's cute, pretty little, nice thing.
Under fire. She's, of course, the Broward County Supervisor of Elections. How much criticism is she receiving? Even Jeb Bush has felt the need to weigh in. Jeb Bush tweeting, "There is no question that Broward County Supervisor of Elections Brenda Snipes failed to comply with Florida law on multiple counts, undermining Floridians' confidence in our electoral process. Supervisor Snipes should be removed from her office following the recounts." She is facing a lawsuit from Governor Scott, in addition to multiple calls for removal of office. And there's some reports that some of her Democrat colleagues are
getting a little agitated.
Well, they're
restless.
they're sort of wearing thin on Brenda Snipes and the heat they're taking because of Snipes' antics and her sort of defiance in the face of the unknown number of ballots to be counted in Broward County. So Scott and Rubio are on, and others, obviously teams of lawyers, are on the case. And it's a curious one indeed, Brenda Snipes, and what is going to come out of Broward County and how that's ultimately going to impact the races. Because, I mean, look, you've had Rick Scott go from election night up 75,000 votes to 12.
12,000 now.
And obviously DeSantis' lead has been cut, too. He's still got a little bit bigger lead on Gillum than Scott does on Nelson.
Oh, I'm sorry. DeSantis is safe, though, right? Or we...
Well, you're still going for a recount, and if there's enough Avis rental cars with enough provisional ballots in their trunks, who knows? I mean, it's just absurd, and you can understand why Rubio and others are frustrated with it. Rubio, I think, had the line of the week. This is on a local station in Miami.
This is a pattern of behavior.
So, do you believe Brenda Snipes is doing something deliberately to aid and help Bill Nelson?
I believe that at best, the best case scenario, she is incompetent and doesn't know how to do the job. Worst case scenario is there is something nefarious involved here. And in between, within incompetence provides the opportunity for people that want to do wrong to be able to get away with it.
Yeah, like rent Avis rent-a-cars.
How is a provisional ballot end up in a box in the back of a rental car?
Curious things when you're working towards a conclusion, not working to adhere to a process. And that's the difference between how elections are run in most of the country and how they're run in places like Broward County and, say, I don't know, Cook County.
Cook County, yeah. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
It's time for a conservative connection at 6:06.
And later, Tiny Dancer's next move. But first, let's get into the newsroom. Check in with news from here at home and around the world. Here is the one and only Mike Scott.
Geneva teachers could be headed for a strike. 10 hurt after buses collide on the far south side. Protesters demand Target keep 2 south side stores open. J.B. Pritzker to live only part-time in the governor's mansion. Blackhawks lose to the Hurricanes at OT while the Bulls were dumped by the Mavericks.
It's been exactly 1 week since the polls opened in Florida.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and the sniping over the voting is continuing. Senator Bill Nelson, the Democrat who slightly trails Republican Rick Scott, says the governor's abusing his power.
He should remove himself from any role in the recount process.
It's pretty consistent for Bill Nelson. He's always confused. The governor is not responsible for recounts.
Amid the lawsuits, they're also recounting the votes in the governor's race.
And the deadline is Thursday to get that done. The lawyers here believe that margin of error is going to be under that 0.25 point, so we're actually going to have a hand recount.
That's Fox's Griff Jenkins in the Broward County Elections Office. In Arizona, Democrat Kirsten Sinema has finally won the Senate race there, narrowly beating Republican Martha Mcsally. A federal judge has ordered Georgia to delay certifying the final vote results in the governor's race till Friday to review provisional ballots. Republican Brian Kemp says he won. Democrat Stacey Abrams is hoping to force a December runoff. In wildfire-scorched Northern California,
an additional 13 human remains have been recovered.
Butte County Sheriff Corey Honea says it's now 42 people killed, the deadliest fire in state history.
Those who made it out are telling terrifying stories of flames surrounding their cars as they fled.
Very scary. You got fire on the left, fire on the right, ash falling on you.
Fox's Claudia Cowan in Paradise. More than 6,000 homes burned down. A court fight's brewing over President Trump's choice to take over for ousted Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, the state of Maryland is challenging President Trump's pick to temporarily lead the Justice Department. The New York Times reports the state will ask a federal judge for an injunction today, declaring Matthew Whitaker's appointment illegal. In a draft filing, the plaintiffs argue that Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein is the rightful acting Attorney General. Meanwhile, Whitaker is consulting with senior ethics officials at the Justice Department about recusing himself from the Russia probe. Dave?
This is Fox News.
Clear skies, 20 degrees, 6:02 on WIND Chicago. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mike Scott. 10 are hospitalized after two buses collide on the far south side. A Pace bus crashed into a CTA bus last night in the 1500 block of East 103rd. Neither driver was hurt. No citations have been issued. Teachers in Geneva could be headed for a strike. Educators in District 304 rallied last night before a school board meeting at Geneva Middle School South. Now, teachers are legally allowed to hit the picket lines today, but union leaders say they'll give the board more time before making a final decision. Investigators are trying to determine what caused a house fire in Lisle that left one person severely hurt. The blaze broke out last night in a home on Plank Road. DuPage Arson Task Force members are helping in that investigation. Protesters want a low-cost retailer, Target, to keep two Chicago's Southside stores open. That protest was led by U.S. Representative Bobby Rush.
They made the decision in the dark to close the two Targets that serves our community down, and we're not taking it anymore.
The demonstration was held in an effort to stop the company from trying to close stores in the Chatham and Morgan Park neighborhoods. The U.S. EPA is moving ahead with plans for a 2-foot-deep removal of lead and arsenic-contaminated soil at the site of a troubled Northwest Indiana public housing project. It's been evacuated and now demolished over those health concerns. The agency estimates the cleanup project will cost $26 million in East Chicago. More than 1,000 were forced from their homes. Illinois' governor-elect will not live in the governor's mansion full-time. J.B. Pritzker telling reporters he will split his time between Chicago and Springfield. Pritzker says he intends only to move part-time into the newly renovated governor's mansion in Springfield after taking office and will commute back to his home in Chicago. Blackhawks beaten by the Hurricanes 3-2 in Raleigh. A Mavericks 103-98 win over the Bulls at the UC. College hoops last night, Northwestern and DePaul with wins. UIC a last-second loss to Duquesne. The news service of CreditBox.com. Do you need extra money for all of your favorite holiday festivities? This year, get funding that fits your lifestyle with CreditBox. Visit CreditBox.com now. Complete their easy online application for instant pre-approval. That's CreditBox.com. Restrictions may apply. 6:04 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Sean Hannity sees a shaky foundation.
Now that there's irrefutable and incontrovertible evidence,
that it's the highest-ranking members of the FBI and DOJ that are involved in nefarious activities and abuse of power to prevent one person from becoming president. The house of cards is beginning to tumble.
The Sean Hannity Show. Afternoons at 2, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
One of the biggest fears for retirees and soon-to-be retirees, do I have enough? Do I have enough money to last for the rest of my life? I hear it every day when I meet with individuals, and it's for good reason. Check this statistic out. If you were born in 1800, you could expect to live until you were 39 years old. In 1900, 49. That number jumped to 68 in 1950, and today it's 79. How many people do you know that are in their 80s, in their 90s? Hi, this is Tom Fortino, host of the Alpha Wealth Hour, heard every Saturday at 9 a.m. here on AM 560. So how do you help ensure you never run out of money in retirement? The answers are in our special report, Maximizing Income in Retirement. In this powerful report, you'll discover successful tools and strategies on how to help turbocharge your income in retirement and how to position and protect your money regardless of what happens in the stock market. Call now to receive this report, Maximizing Income in Retirement, and will include 6 strategies to tax-free income. Call the Alpha Wealth Group, 630-519-4742 right now to receive your free report. That's 630-519-4742.
Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Wealth Advisors, Inc.
What is Future You doing right now? You could be working for UPS as a part-time package handler, now hiring in Hodgkins. Plus, receive tuition assistance from the UPS Earn and Learn program. Apply now at upsjobs.com.
6:07. There's plenty of snow overnight in northwest Indiana. That has slicked up the roads there. Jim Telemonte with the latest in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Eastbound I-80 traffic is stop and go from Harlem to I-57 where there's a crash blocking the shoulder. Edens has spur delays eastbound Fingston to Waukegan Road, westbound from Edens to Fingston to the road work. Kennedy, 23 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 25. About Eisenhower, it's heavy Manheim to 9th Avenue and Damon to the Vern Circle. 35 minutes, 390 to downtown, outbound 30. Mount Stevenson now 48 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 35. Mount Ryan, 21 minutes, 95th to downtown, outbound 18. Roadwork delays, 83rd to 95th. I-57, 18 minutes, I-80 to the merge, Bishop 420. Eastbound Adams Tollway jam, Tri-State onto the Kennedy. It's traffic. I'm Jim Telemonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center and our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Breezy today with partial sunshine, high 30, then a clear and cold night, low 18. For tomorrow, sunshine, high 36, mainly clear night, low 24. Partial sunshine for Thursday with a high 42 and a partly cloudy night, low 29. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
20 at O'Hare, 22 along the lakefront. Next news, 6:30, and Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the Alpha Wealth Group, bringing the trilogy of estate, tax, and investment planning together. Visit alphawealthgroup.com for a free report.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy, you heard on the news that Governor-elect Jelly Belly Pritzker announced he's only living part-time in the governor's mansion.
He should be required to live there full time.
Oh.
Because I can't even see him really walking down the streets of Springfield.
There he
Wait.
is.
Wait, we're getting exclusive footage of him walking down Springfield.
Amish texter texting in, and now that he's made that announcement that he's only living part-time at the governor's mansion, does that mean he'll be removing the toilets?
That's
probably.
Oh, hey-o.
Yeah, reduce the overhead. It's that's a savings to taxpayers.
That's the first thing I thought is he's going to. Well, remember, he did donate $1 million to the renovation project that they had going, that the Ronners also donated more.
That was to widen the doorways, I believe.
Oh, hey-ho.
Thank
No,
you.
it was to get it up to code and to make it livable.
A lift to the second floor for him.
Okay, but they, the Ronners didn't spend that much time in Springfield, and they donated their own money to a house that they're not going to live in anymore. Very sad.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them. Now their money thrown away.
Well, I worry that if you get him up on that second floor,
Yeah.
and he doesn't go out for a couple of days, you might have to have a Springer rescue to get him out of the mansion. You might have to knock out the side of the house and pull him out that way.
But I mean, don't you think he should be required to live there? Because that is such a slap in the face to people in Springfield and to the rest of Illinois and in Southern Illinois that he's too good, he's too arrogant, it's too below him to live in Springfield.
That's what we like in Illinois. We like ruling class politicians who have disdain for us. We love that.
Why don't we just move the capital?
If that's what Jelly Belly wants, Jelly Belly should get it. If he wants to move it to Lincoln Park, fine. Whatever makes it convenient for him. I want to be sensitive to his accessibility issues. Speaking of jokes of a governor, California Governor Moonbeam, Jerry Brown, outgoing, said it is people who do not believe in junk science, propaganda in lieu of science, not his words, I'm interpreting, that are contributing to the failed wildfires that are destroying so much of California. Climate change deniers, as the left calls them, ridiculous, but that's what they do, redefine words, and most conservatives just accept it and not know that they're, and not pay no mind the fact that corrupting the language corrupts the populace, but okay. Brown saying definitely contributing to the fires, and as well as the forthcoming blazes in coming years, predicted Nostradamus Moonbeam. Here's the thing. So, and I know there's a lot made of Trump's tweet about the forest management in California.
Is to blame.
Yeah. The timing of that tweet was
horrible.
Yeah, was poor. The substance of it, though, is interesting. We don't know. I mean, we don't know. I was on the Bruce Dumont's show on Sunday night, and he made the point, we don't know if this was arson yet.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
So we don't know.
And that
It's
happens
true.
where sometimes there's a lit cigarette on some, dry brush. You just don't know. Or a campfire that wasn't properly put out.
That's true.
And 44 people are dead, and 170,000 residents have evacuated, and it's scary times.
90,000 acres incinerated. I mean, it is incredible, and some of the stories are really harrowing. Frankly, some of the stories are stunning, how little time people had to get out. We got a call on Beyond the Beltway on Sunday night, Dumont show. A woman got a call from her neighbor, and she said, you just got to get out. We're getting out. You got to get out right now. Don't collect anything. Just get out. She's driving out just past her property line.
And there's embers everywhere.
And there's flames.
Yeah. It's scary. And you have it's broad daylight. I've been in wildfire once, and it is, with the smoke and everything, it looks like nighttime.
Yeah.
It is the crazy, and you can't see where you're going. It's scary. My uncle, God bless him, I talked to him last night. We were on the phone. He's got a go bag ready to go. I'm like, well, what's in your go bag? He's like, passport, papers, things that you need. And a few memento. He's like, I'm ready to go. And then the line cut out, and I haven't heard from him since. He's in Agoura Hills right next to Westlake Village.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've seen Westlake Village, my aunt lives there.
Yeah.
There's certain streets that are destroyed, and then the street next to it, Dan, is perfectly fine.
Well,
it's really crazy.
You've also, you heard the 2,500-odd Pepperdine students were sheltered in place at Pepperdine University, worried about that college potentially being hit by the fire. No,
it's in Malibu. I mean, it's all over.
Yeah, you've obviously there's been stories of the celebrities who've lost their homes, in addition to just
Miley Cyrus,
nondescript people, Gerard Butler, and others.
Yeah, I mean, it's awful. It is awful.
So, but here's the thing about that. Wall Street Journal opined about California's Paradise Lost. Fueling the fires is also an overgrown government bureaucracy that frustrates proper forest management. About 57% of California forest land is owned by the federal government. Forest land is owned by the federal government, while most of the rest is private land regulated by the state. Nearly 130 million trees died in California between 10 and 17 due to drought and a bark beetle infestation.
Ooh.
And they make the point, dense forests put trees at greater risk for parasitic infection and enable fires to spread faster. When dead trees fall, they add more combustible fuel. Once upon a time, the U.S. Forest Service mission was to actively manage the federal government's resources. Yet numerous laws over the last half century, including the Endangered Species Act, National Environmental Policy Act, have hampered tree clearing, controlled burns, and timber sales on federal land. California also restricts timber harvesting and requires myriad permits and environmental impact statements to prune overgrown forests. So
there was something to Trump's tweet.
Well, and they also go on, the Journal does, to talk about the problems landowners have of disposing of dead wood because of environmental regs as well. And so there is something to his tweet. It was the wrong time. This is a time for empathy and saying whatever resources are needed to get people out and to help the firefighters who are bravely fighting the fires and other first responders. That's what we're going to do. But then we're going to have a conversation about what exactly we are doing, the approach that we're taking to prevent these kind of wildfires, or at least to minimize their damage, the same way we talk about levees in New Orleans or hurricane preparedness on the East Coast and the Gulf, right? I mean, it's a legitimate conversation. You just have to be a little bit more circumspect with the timing if you're the president, in my estimation. 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro answer line, 64636DA, turnkey.pro text line. There's also the issue, there's hundreds of people missing, right, unaccounted for.
Well, there's about, 228 that they know of that are missing. But the thing is, when people, the cell phone towers are down, so they can't get a hold of them. You lose contact.
Yeah.
There's no computers to check in on your email. So it's hopefully, but there's a one town of Paradise, everyone's gone. I mean, they pulled 13 bodies out of there yesterday afternoon and last night. It's awful. And not one structure was not touched by fire. Elementary school's gone. Everything's gone.
Well, you've also had, too, some people who live in these mountainous regions. There's one lane up and one lane out, and you're trying to get out, and you're in a traffic jam, and then the fires are coming up the
Right. People, they
hillside.
found bodies burned alive in their car.
I know. It's
on the side of the road.
It's wild. It's terrible. Bob on the Tri-State, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer. Hey, Bob.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, dynamic duo. I just have to say the large waddling tuba Spalding music is just priceless. But my question to J.B. Pritzker would be, being obesely overweight is a serious health problem.
It is.
And if you can't take care of yourself, how are you supposed to take care of an entire state? Thank you.
All right, thanks for the call, Bob. I understand him to be one of those, he's fat healthy, though.
Oh, well, there's a thing called skinny fat. Do you know what skinny fat is?
Yeah.
That's when, chicks but they're anorexic. They don't work out.
Right, no muscle tone.
Fat. No muscle. Thank you.
Right, and I understand JB. I think he's
fat healthy.
He's solid as a rock. I think he's fat healthy. I think that's just genes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
right.
Size 74 genes. I think that's just how he is. But I mean, I think he's got that plush hair. I think he's going to be fine. And of course, I want him to be fine health-wise, so that he can pass all of the tax increases and big government gambits, more borrowing, that the electorate voted for.
Yeah, we get what we voted for.
That's
There's consequences from elections.
Yeah.
But nobody ever brought up his health issue except for us, probably. I mean, I know we are kind of mocking him. We would never mock anybody. Play trumpet music, fat people music.
Well, there's no indication he has any health issues.
Well, did anybody ever ask to see his doctors? If he got a physical from his doctor, to see a copy of that, so we know what his cholesterol level is, blood sugar level, all of those important things. BMX or BMI? BMI, body mass.
BMX is a bicycle.
A bike.
Yeah.
Hey, what kind of BMX?
Yeah.
Can sustain that weight?
That would be like the report of his physical would be like Trump's tax returns when he announced for president.
It would be a big deal. I mean, seriously, nobody thought. I mean, he's got to have a heart condition. All that carrying that weight around's got to be hard on the joints and on the knees and on your heart. It has to hurt.
He's got a big heart.
That's what
He's got a big heart for Illinois.
It's news, opinion, insight. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Have you ever been concerned that you might have high cholesterol? Did you know that high cholesterol is a key risk factor for heart disease? We are conducting a national research study that will examine a cholesterol-lowering medicine that could become available over the counter. If you are concerned you may have high cholesterol, you may qualify for this study. Take our online assessment at www.heartriskstudy.com to see if you qualify. Again, please visit www.heartriskstudy.com to see if you qualify.
Fall is here, and so are those weekend cleanup projects. It's also the perfect opportunity to get organized with Store-Lock modular systems, the best tool cabinet you'll ever buy. Store-Lock makes it easy and simple. It's fully assembled when it ships, so you get organized fast. Durable Store-Lock modular systems are built the old-fashioned way, made to order exactly how you want. Order your custom system that's powder-coated in-house in any color you want. They're 100% crafted in the USA and feature dividers, liners, and layouts, all made with quality materials, including steel ball bearings and heat-treated steel rollers. Store-Lock is so strong that each drawer holds up to 400 pounds. Store-Lock could hold a J.B. Pritzker. Each drawer. Yeah. Store-Lock fits any home or business that will last a lifetime with its 55-year top-to-bottom warranty. Order today and receive your system in about 4 weeks. Call 1-800-STORE-LOCK. That's 1-800-STORE-LOC. And check out StoreLock.com for upcoming events.
Imagining a better bank starts with looking at the savings rates most banks offer and saying, really? Capital One is building something better. You can open a Capital One savings account with one of the nation's best savings rates from anywhere, like here, or here, or here. One of the nation's best savings rates. Opened online, at a Capital One location, or from anywhere. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One N.A. member FDIC. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest-growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Gina Labus, President and CEO of Mid-States Glass and Metal and a customer of Signature Bank since 2011. As we expanded our business into all aspects of the glass and metal industry, we needed a bank who could grow along with us. That's when we met Mick O'Rourke, co-founder of Signature Bank. Mick and his team took the time to understand the ebbs and flows of our business. They worked with us to find a solution that would support our growth. Mid-States Glass and Metal is proud to work with Signature Bank because they support Chicagoland women-owned businesses like mine.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I had cancer. I have fibromyalgia. I have nerve damage and fatigue. I have thalassemia. I'm hypoglycemic. So my life since cancer, I've had to learn how to live with it. But starting Balance of Nature, I felt it the first month. I felt different. It made such a difference that now I wake up, my head feels clearer, I have more energy. Very rarely does my body cramp up anymore. It's the best thing. It's just amazing. I don't know what to say. I just would not be what I am today if I didn't start Balance of Nature.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, since you raised the issue, Amy, concerned about the Jelly Belly's health, the incoming governor.
I mean, can you even see him in Springfield on the House floor? Oh, my God.
When he sits around the House floor, he really sits around the House floor.
Oh, your J.B. Pritzker jokes, 312-642-5600.
There is this recommendation.
Oh, yes?
And I think people can get on board with this. I mean, just in the interest of good health. for JB and everybody, but particularly for JB. Let's focus in on him. He's our leader. JB Pritzker should kiss more often.
Okay, gross.
I want you to think
with
about JB
MK?
Pritzker kissing.
Well, remember, those two lovebirds got engaged at the Shed Aquarium. That's what he said when he on election night.
There
It's
are
really romantic.
There are important benefits of kissing. For example, this is just science. All right. Studies have disclosed kissing triggers the brain to release a cocktail of chemicals that leave you feeling so good by igniting the pleasure centers of the brain. They include oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin, which make you feel euphoric and encourage feelings of affection and bonding. Happy hormones.
Okay, well, is
boost your happy hormones.
I'm going to ask you a very uncomfortable question. Is this French kissing or just kissing?
I think you look.
I think maybe
if you
I
wanna,
shouldn't have asked that question.
If you
Can I go home now?
If you want to boost the happy hormones, I think you have to contemplate petting.
Oh, heavy petting or just petting? Okay.
Lowers
heavy petting and French kissing.
Those happy hormones lower anxiety.
Oh, that's
a
good.
key contributor to heart disease, as you know.
What if you kissed your dog? Does that count?
Look, we don't judge. Reduce blood pressure. Kissing reduces blood pressure.
That's awesome.
Helps to dilate blood vessels, which may help lower blood pressure. Also, you know what your dentist says. You can't be healthy if your mouth isn't healthy.
Right.
Good dental health. Kissing more helps to fight cavities.
Are you? That's not true.
When you kiss, saliva production increases in your mouth.
Oh.
And this helps to wash away plaque on your teeth that may lead to cavities.
Don't brush. Kiss. Could just see that.
Increases your sex drive.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So again, the happy hormones that are anxiety reducing.
I'm writing this down, by the way.
And gives your immune system a boost.
Oh, that I heard is true. Also, if you have sex, that helps too with your immune system. Now it's getting really uncomfortable.
Let's just get right to it. The wonders of the human body. And think when we're talking about the human body here, I want you to think of JB's body.
Okay, gross.
All right. In JB's body, there are more than 700 types of bacteria, with no two alike. Therefore, when JB mashes with his wife, exchanging saliva can introduce the body to new bacteria. Studies have shown that having a diverse number of bacteria in our bodies correlates with better health, specifically when it comes to our microbiota, or the collection of microorganisms living inside JB.
This is so gross.
John in Schaumburg, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Good morning, guys. Hey, listen, honestly, instead of making fun of how fat he is, let's come up with some facts. What's the expense of him flying back and forth daily in one of the state jets, okay? He should have advertised this during the campaign, or better yet, now, let's put up a billboard in the minority and say, hey, congratulations, I spend thousands of dollars daily to fly back and forth from Springfield because I'm too good and too special to stay down at the Capitol.
Oh, come on. First of all, we're going to have to get the state plane.
Is owned by Madigan. Madigan has that.
No, the state plane. We're going to have to get like a military transport plane for his flight.
Oh my! You
can't. It's just a regular state plane. Come on, John. Thanks
you wouldn't
for the call.
step foot in that state. That plane is so old. I wouldn't step foot in it.
I know little things are indicative of big things, but I mean, really, the governor flying from Chicago to Springfield. I mean, like every governor has. You think like that's the big deal. That's where we're going to inflame the passions of the masses in this state. The dulled, sedate, mindless masses in Illinois. I mean, seriously? That's how you're going to take out JB?
Tax dollars.
That's what we should be focused on? The airfare?
Well, he's not taking his salary, is he?
The hell out of here. Well, neither did Ron, or so what?
Neither did Rahm Emanuel. Oh, these are
Talk about
heroes.
Miss the forest for the twigs. Why don't you?
I just think everyone, if you're going to be governor, you should live in the mansion. Should be a required.
Without toilets.
Yes, exactly.
Bruce in Bloomingdale, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hey, I just wish that study you mentioned come out 25 years ago. I might still be married to my first wife.
Just for the healthy reasons, just the health reasons.
Yeah, come on, honey, it's for health reasons.
That's right. It'll help improve your immune system, toots. Thanks for the call, Bruce. Appreciate it.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
The myth of Trump and the women's vote at 6:36.
And later, choosing a hotel room based on your emotions. But first, let's get into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
19 degrees. Skies are fair right now. A judge rejecting, for the moment, Florida Governor Rick Scott's bid to have vote tabulation equipment in Broward County impounded by law enforcement. At an emergency hearing yesterday, Circuit Judge Jack Tudor did urge lawyers to come up with a plan to add many more sheriff's deputies to oversee the vote counting process. Search for more victims of California's deadliest wildfire continues this morning. The Camp Fire has killed at least 42. Butte County Sheriff Corey Ania details the increased effort going on in search and rescue.
We're now at a point where we're going to bring in human remains detector dogs, or what often referred to as cadaver dogs.
The fire scorched more than 180 square miles. It is still burning in the Sierra foothills, northeast of San Francisco. Democrat Kyrsten Sinema, the winner of the Arizona Senate race. Race took nearly a week to call after last Tuesday's elections. 10 are hospitalized after 2 buses collide on Chicago's far south side. A Pace bus crashed into a CTA bus last night. One of the victims is in critical condition. Teachers in Geneva could be headed for a strike. Educators in District 304 rallied last night before a board meeting at Geneva Middle School South. Now, those teachers are legally allowed to hit the picket lines today, but their union leadership says they'll give the board more time to make a final decision. An investigation is underway after a person was found dead near a cemetery in Joliet. Authorities say the discovery was made yesterday morning in a wooded area near Woodlawn Memorial Park. An injured deer was to blame for stopping the CTA Blue Line for several hours near Rosemont. Trains were halted between Harlem and O'Hare yesterday afternoon after the deer ran onto the tracks. It was safely pulled from the tracks by Chicago Animal Care and Control. Comic book legend Stan Lee is dead. The co-creator of heroes like Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men was rushed to the hospital yesterday morning, where he passed away. He's battled several illnesses recently, including pneumonia. Stan Lee was 95. During his career, he was known to bring an element of humanity to all of his heroes.
It's no fun reading about somebody who's perfect. You want to read about people that you can identify with, because we've all got problems and we're all flawed.
Lee got his start in comic books in 1939 at Timely Comics, which later became Marvel. Chicago sports, Hurricanes over the Blackhawks 3-2. Mavericks topped the Bulls at the UC 103-98. College hoops last night, wins for Northwestern, DePaul, and a last-second loss for UIC. The news service of AccuCheck Guide. Are prices a mystery when you buy your diabetes test strips? Skip the guessing game and sign up for the AccuCheck Guide Simple Pay program at simplepaysaves.com, where you'll know you're paying the same low price on quality test strips every time. Exclusions apply. Visit simplepaysaves.com. 6:33 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Finally, all the shouting is over. We now have winners and losers. This election season seemed to be more difficult, contentious, and even painful than ever before. For all you winners, congratulations. For all you losers, you can always try again. For the American people, time to do as we always do. Come together and heal. Hey, life will go on. America is still the greatest, best hope for the world. If you don't believe it, just stick with us. We'll get you through. AM 560, The Answer.
The school year started just a short time ago, but it's not too late for your son or daughter to get the outstanding education and preparation for life that St. John's Northwestern Military Academy offers with their ongoing enrollment program. For years, St. John's Northwestern Military Academy has served young men and is now an excellent co-ed environment. Not a school for troubled kids, but one that will prepare young men and women for college by focusing on rigorous academics and leadership with a safe, secure, and structured environment free from distractions that's conducive to successful learning. St. John's Northwestern Military Academy in the beautiful Lake Country region of southeast Wisconsin inspires personal growth through a commitment to excellence in academics, spiritual and character development, athletics, and their military traditions. And there's still time to enroll your son or daughter for this school year. Call 1-800-SJ-CADET. That's 1-800-SJ-CADET. Or visit their website, sjnma.org. That's sjnma.org.
Hey guys, Ken here from the hit podcast Today's Growth. We all know increasing revenue's tough, but did you know that 100% of main sources of income fail? The odds are 100% that your current main source of income will someday no longer exist. 439 of 1955's original Fortune 500 are no longer around, yet their industries and even their product lines still thrive. What happened to these companies? Simple. They didn't believe that 100% of main sources of income fail. They never added a second revenue model. For years, my friends at Income Store have helped both households and businesses build second, third, and even fourth revenue streams. When it comes to helping people create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
Check out the newest podcast from the Associated Press, Ground Game, hosted by AP's Megan Crane. A weekly conversation about top political issues around the midterm elections. Available on Apple Podcasts.
6:36. Let's get an update on your morning roads. We've seen that overnight snow in northwest Indiana. See if that's a problem in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Inbound 8-inch traffic is stop and go Oakton to Montrose. 35 minutes Lake Cook Junction, outbound 19. Inbound Kennedy. 31 minutes O'Hare to downtown. 20 from Montrose. 15 in the Express. Outbound 31 to the airport. Got Eisenhower delays start around Manheim. 40 minutes 390 to downtown. Outbound 32. Inbound Stevenson. 58 minutes 355 to Lakeshore Drive. 45 to Tri-State. Outbound 36 minutes to 355. Orion, 27 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 18 minutes, I-80 to the merge, Bishop 429. North on Tri-State, bottled up, Reagan Tollway to Balmoral. But Adams Tollway from Tri-State to Kennedy. It's about I-80, heavy 80th Avenue to I-57 for a crash. It's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, partly sunny, breezy, and cold with a high near 30. Clear overnight, temperatures will fall to near the record of 14. We'll call for a low of 18 overnight. And sunshine and cold tomorrow, high 36. Currently 20. Next news coming up at 7, and Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas Coffee, roasted fresh daily in Batavia, Illinois.
If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. Oh, how the wealthy, highly educated suburbs are so civilized. They're leading the way for us, showing us how to be better people, right? We talked about this referendum that was on the ballot on Tuesday. District 86, the Hinsdale High Schools.
Oh, yeah.
A referendum, $166 million ballot initiative to, build a natatorium.
Oh, what you call
In
it?
case the Summer Olympics come to Hinsdale. And, of course, necessary life safety upgrades to Hinsdale Central and Hinsdale South. The schools are falling apart. What about the kids? There was opposition to this referendum because property taxation is destroying home value in Hinsdale just like it is everywhere else. Although a lot of Hinsdalians and Berridgians don't understand that. Zach Model, we've had on the show before, he's runs a family manufacturing business.
Oh, that's right.
Atlas
yeah.
Toolworks in Lyons. He was the chairman of the District 86 Can Do Better group that opposed the referendum. The referendum was defeated. So you had proponents, all the educrats, the teachers union, the hate has no home here, virtue signaling liberals on one side, and you had taxpayers who taken a look at what property taxation is doing to their homes and what the district has done in terms of their spend. I mean, they get $22,000 per year per kid. And they said no. Vote referendum was rejected.
Yeah, and it also would repave tennis courts, renovate the pools, new security system, and new roofs for the schools.
Hinsdale South was built in 1965 at a cost of $4.5 million. That's $36 million today's dollars. It has a capacity of 2,500 students.
Mm-hmm.
Current enrollment?
What? Oh, I can't wait. What?
1,500 students.
That's it?
Hinsdale Central has about 2,800 students.
Huh.
$23,000 per pupil is what they get. And they can't make that work, even though the school's not at capacity. Hinsdale South certainly isn't. But they didn't take the defeat lightly. The proponents, Zach Model, and the people who led the grassroots effort to oppose the referendum, they're going to have a victory party at Butterfield Country Club this week. However, sending out this missive yesterday, Zach Model, after consulting with law enforcement and Butterfield Country Club management, I regret that because of safety and security concerns stemming from unprecedented cyberbullying, harassment, and online threats made by the pro-referendum group, Yes movement, including District 86 board members,
my goodness,
and their close proxies, I'm canceling the victory party out of concern for the safety of our guests and the club. Criminal charges are pending against these evil and hateful bullies. Clearly, these wayward District 86 board members and their Yes supporters will stop at nothing to get their way. The no means no message voters sent to them despite the no means no message that voters sent to them on multiple occasions with respect to these bond issue referendums. Please don't be dismayed. This only underscores why we need to continue to fight for fairness, equality, and fiscal prudency in District 86. Together, we'll hold them accountable and demand big changes in 86. Thank you for your support. That's the letter from Zach Model. District 86, Hinsdale.
What kind of threat, criminal charges, just because of a referendum not passing? Who did what to whom?
John Zerwick, 51, of Clarendon Hills. These are our betters, the rich, the highly educated. Posted a photo of charred bodies. Firefighter saves lives. Arsonists are murderers, he misspelled, who prefer smoke to blood. Ann Kipperman, 48, of Hinsdale, posted on Facebook, being nice will get us more property tax cuts, and that's the scheduled celebration was the cause to fight fire with fire. So she posted the fight fire with fire, and then Zerwick posted the photo of the charred bodies with an additional threat. That's Hinsdale. Lisa Pomeroy posting, gloating over the fact we have 2 high schools in such disrepair. Are they? Our kids are suffering, property values will be plummeting, and the no vote has a plan. I live in Burr Ridge. Vote yes. A model do not represent my family. Your property values are plummeting because the school, Hinsdale Central and Hinsdale South, are in disrepair. Lisa Pomeroy.
Come visit our school.
Be more ignorant. Be more ignorant. That has nothing to do with your property taxes. How gilded Hinsdale Central and Hinsdale South are. But this is what you're up against. You want to know why Madigan roll call votes and Pelosi roll call votes win in the suburbs? Because of ignorant people like Lisa Pomeroy who don't even understand what's happening to her own home and don't care.
Well, and she's for a 23-year tax increase. I mean, that's what would have happened if they passed that referendum.
She's for liquidating her own home. That's what she's for. Blank checks for schools because everything's for the kids. And if you're spending money on schools, then it is by definition money well spent. That's the position they've taken. It is a fact-free position. It is a logic-free position. It is anti-intellectual, anti-reason. It is the opposite of accountability. It is the inability to connect inputs to outputs. But the well-to-do and the educated are taking that position throughout suburban Cook County and the collars. So you want to understand how could this be happening in Illinois? Well, this is a prime example. And then their reaction. They're infants. They're sophomoric.
Well, it sounds like it's criminal if they're...
Whether it is or not, it's a temper tantrum.
Threats. Right.
It's a grade school temper tantrum. You know,
they're not used to not getting what they want. They have the money. They think they have the power.
50-year-old men and women in Hinsdale and Clarendon Hills throwing their social media rattles around. Okay. 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro answer line, 64636DA, turnkey.pro text line. Who wants to applaud the mobocracy? Because I know these are the same people who preach civility. So you lost, and so you're going to make threats such that Butterfield Country Club and those who were going to celebrate their victory can't have a little fete. If people were doing that against Kristen Sinema in Arizona, or pick your member of Congress, Sean Casten, out Hinsdale Way, what would you be saying? What would they be saying to anybody who would issue social media threats or make any other kind of threats, try to disrupt? They've called for boycotting of businesses who supported the no position, who opposed the property tax increase referendum. Let's boycott the businesses in town. If the target was different, what do you think their position would be? And so what should yours be? Those who preach civility. Remember, they project onto others both what they are and what they are not. The conduct they don't abide and the conduct, the less than redeemable conduct they do engage in. They do it both ways. And so people want to know what to do. What should we do? We can't just give up. Okay. Well, when you're in these social circles, as many of you are, and you say nothing, when you watch people behave in this manner and you do nothing, then don't say, what should I do? Because you're silent in the face of the mobs, the thugs, the ignorant. And so they roll over you, and they roll over this region, and they roll over the state. You want to know what to do? Stand up. Push back. Zach Model and a bunch of people did in Hinsdale, and here's the thanks they get for it.
Yeah, they can't even have a party.
And Burr Ridge, Clarendon Hills. Megan in Evanston, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hey, good morning and great show, you guys. I'm so glad that you're doing these stories because I work in schools and I live in the WTTW area, and I start calling people out, even in a bookstore, because everybody lives in a bubble and they think that everybody thinks like them. They cannot think for themselves, and they're putting themselves and their kids at risk. So please continue with these stories about the elitists who have all the answers for the poor downtrodden who are trying to work hard and do well by their families. Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks, Megan. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not talking about accosting anybody. I'm not talking about behaving like these Antifa goons, these smash racism DC thugs that attacked Tucker Carlson's home and Ted Cruz at dinner. I'm talking about in these social circles where everybody's giggling about this or that. Say, you know what? You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about. What you just said is completely without foundation. In fact, it runs counter to the facts. Here are the facts, dumbass. You don't have to include the dumbass.
Yeah, no.
It's kind of a kicker.
I might leave that out, yeah. Okay.
But I mean, seriously, push back with, here's the facts. Did you ever consider this question? Did you ever connect this dot? Mike on the north side.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for taking my call. I've talked to about 500 people in the last couple of weeks about this. I've been getting a petition signed for an aldermanic candidate. And I just wanted to say most people fall in two groups. They're either renters who think that the schools don't spend enough on their kids, or homeowners whose kids are already grown and don't want to pay taxes to the schools anymore. So there is one simple solution, and it's vouchers. You get one voucher from the state for their contribution, and you get one voucher from your local taxing body. And if the schools need any more money, then the parents pay up. That way everyone has got skin in the game.
Thanks, Mike. Dave, and by the way, speaking of the Opportunity Scholarship Program that was launched last year,
right,
6,000 scholarship recipients so far.
Oh, good.
$50 million raised. Now, Jelly Belly has said that he's going to...
Yes, stop that program, right?
And that's what he said, but he was sort of pandering to the teachers union at the time. I mean, this is somebody who also funded a charter school.
Right.
So
he won't do that.
I suspect the coalition will hold, but it's something to watch. Dave in Lamont.
Can you have lunch with the kids?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, Dave.
Yes, sir. Yes. Hey, I live in Lamont. There was a referendum approximately a decade ago for District 113, and more money. So I live in a main drag through town. I put a huge plywood sign up, construction guy, pretty big, pretty solid. It was very simple. I just said, pay more taxes? ? Vote no. District 113. So a neighbor told me his wife works in the schools in a lunch cafeteria or something. And he told me, hey, they're talking about coming at night and tear your signs down. I said, tell your wife to tell those people, I'll be waiting. I'll be ready for them. It'll go down. I won't back down. They'll regret it. I got a little bit of reputation in town. Nobody stepped foot on my property. I was shocked, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at.
I got a little bit of a reputation in town, you say,
sure you
Dave.
do.
I suspect you do. But that's where we're at, though, is what the important point you said. Absolutely. Thanks for the call, Dave. Got a little bit of reputation. I'll tell you what, guys, let's skip Dave's house. Let's just leave his sign alone and get the other signs. Got a little bit of a reputation in town, Dave and Lamont.
Listen to podcasts of Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
I'm Lou Dobbs. Facebook goes wrong for thousands of users yesterday. New Mexico going high-tech on droughts, and Spider-Man creator Stan Lee dead at 95.
Financial markets cannot handle rising rates. As interest rates rise, stocks and bonds will come down. My name's Adam Barada. I'm the co-owner of Advantage Gold and the author of the now national best-selling book, Gold is a Better Way. Everything that's happening right now, I predicted. In a webinar seen by thousands, it's why the book became a national bestseller. Watch it and learn why stocks are set to collapse and why gold is going to soar to over $10,000 per ounce. If you have an IRA or 401k with over $100,000, I want to send it to you right now for free. That's right, directly to your phone, no questions asked, just massive value. Text the word winter to 49776. That's the word winter to 49776. I'll immediately send you the presentation right now. Text winter to 49776. If you're an investor, you got to see this. Once you do, you'll want to change. And from there, we at Advantage Gold hope to earn your business. Text winter to 49776.
Facebook users across North and South America experienced a brief outage yesterday as the social media site went offline. Facebook said a routine test caused error messages for Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp users who could only access a page from Facebook, saying something went wrong. To combat ongoing drought conditions, state officials in New Mexico are examining a plan drafted by the EPA to treat and reuse wastewater from oil and natural gas operations. Last year, New Mexico generated nearly 38 billion gallons of wastewater. The man who created comic book characters like Spider-Man and Black Panther has died. Stan Lee was 95. His creations developed Hollywood's Marvel Studios into a multi-billion-dollar empire. Please join me for Lou Dobbs tonight, 7 o'clock and 10 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
You're always looking for ways to save with your business. What if you could save anywhere from $2,500 to $25,000? Now are you listening? So now through November 25th, Turnkey IT will add free Office 365 migration with every new contract. That's a huge savings for your business, and you shouldn't wait another minute to contact Turnkey IT. With Turnkey, you can have a full-time IT department for a lot less than you think. You will get world-class help desk, on-site and remote support, monitoring of network resources, cloud backup, antivirus, and for a limited time, that free Office 365 migration with every new contract. But hurry, the offer ends November 25th. From one person to 200 employees, leave the technical stuff to the pros so you can focus on running your business. Visit turnkey.pro today. That's turnkey.pro.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I thought I had a sinus headache for a few days, but I had a massive brain aneurysm, hemorrhage of the brain, and a stroke. And I was on my deathbed. I was on a respirator in a coma for 35 days. And 3 months later, I came home in a wheelchair. I had double vision. I had to learn to walk again, to speak again. 1 and 1 is 2, write the alphabet. You know, if I went out and did a little something, I'd come home, I'd be in bed. Now I'm up by like 5:30 in the morning, and I go to the gym. I do shopping. I cook. I have energy all day. I mean, I feel great. Overall, my whole outlook, just feeling, my mental aspect, everything is better.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751, or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity for Upstream-Ideas.com. What to do about suburban moms? The GOP lost suburban women by 19 points in the midterms. It was well-to-do suburban moms who gave Democrats the House. Should Republicans shame them, as the left does? Should Republicans pander to them with the, "Hi, my name is Dan, I'm a Republican, and I apologize" approach they've been using? How about eliminating their unique designation? Political messaging needs to be succinct with a point. Here's mine for suburban moms. Other than the special role you have in raising your children, you are not special. You're supposed to be a civilizing influence. Instead, you've thrown in with a mob pounding on Tucker Carlson's front door while his wife was locked in her kitchen pantry waiting for police to arrive. I'm not impressed with your BA in ancient civilizations from Vassar. You don't care about good schools or public safety any more than I do. You're not doing any more of the corporal works of mercy than I am. Adhering to Economics 101 axioms doesn't make me a misogynist, and I'm not responsible for the man you chose to marry. Here's my value proposition for you and every other man and woman, whatever their race, religion, age, education, and household income. Separate bathrooms and equal protection under the law. Take it or leave it.
It's time for Shrink Smoke and Gun November AR sale. All AR-type rifles and pistols are on sale. You can also get a wheel of a deal on all wheel guns with all revolvers, discounted this month. Discounts on ARs and revolvers are up to 20% off. And with the largest selection of new, used, and consignment firearms in Lake County, you will avoid the Cook County firearm and ammo tax with just a short drive north. For gunsmithing, you know you can count on family-owned Shrinks for over a half a century. And cigar lovers, be sure to stock up at Shrink's Humidors. Don't miss Shrink's November AR sale, and be sure to check Shrink's website and Facebook for exciting Black Friday sale announcements and to sign up for Shrink's mailing list. Visit smoketheletterN.gun.org or call 847-662-4034. Shrink Smoke and Gun in Waukegan, your family-owned gun store since 1964. Sale prices do not apply to consignment or clearance firearms.
All right, if your roof's needy, you can
Call Grumweedy.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. If your roof is leaky, if the shingles are curling, or if your roof isn't right after storms, then you need to call Crumweedy with roofing companies, and the difference is, of course, installation. Now, Crumweedy, they know that, and that's why they follow the manufacturer's specifications, so your warranty is totally intact, and many companies don't do that, and that could void your warranty. If you hate high-pressure sales tactics, not from Crumweedy. They give you good, better, best options. You make the choice, no pressure. Crumweedy is a roof that lasts at a fair price. Now, Mark Olson and Greg Olson of Crumweedy, they lead this third-generation family business that's been doing Chicagoland roofs since 1953. Now, they fix roof problems, so if your roof is needy,
Call Grumweedy.
That's 630-595-8020. That's 630-595-8020. They're online, of course, at myroofisneedy.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
How was that destination wedding you went to over the weekend?
It was.
Were you singing were you dancing to Bee Gees songs? Or?
Everyone. It was a 3-day affair. It was fun. It was my high school prom date. Pets, Marco. Patrick.
Which high school?
Patrick.
What?
John Hersey High School.
No. Which high school prom date you went to?
Yeah.
There's 8 of them.
Right. This was my final prom, and I went with Patrick Samarco. He married a woman from St. Petersburg, Russia, And it was very fun. There's a lot of costume changes and dances, and it was riveting. I'll show you some of the naughty pictures later.
If he was your 8th and final prom date, isn't he too old to get married?
He said this is a guy who said he would never, ever, ever get married. 52 years old, but decided to tie the knot. We wish him and his beautiful bride all go well. She is very beautiful. I showed you some pictures of her.
Yes, you did.
Yes. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
We'll pick up our discussion and our pre-party for Michelle Obama and Oprah tonight at the United Center at 7:07.
But first, here's Mike Scott.
Geneva teachers could be headed for this strike. An off-duty Chicago police officer critically hurt. WINT Chicago News Time, 7 o'clock.
Already the most destructive, a California wildfire is now the deadliest in state history. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. 13 more bodies were found, so it's now 42 people killed. Some found in or near cars trying to flee. Many others barely made it.
There was wall-to-wall flames. Flames going underneath our car, over our car.
More than 200 people were still unaccounted for, and families are desperately looking for loved ones at evacuation centers, hospitals, and the coroner's office. In burned-out neighborhoods, search and recovery teams are combing through the ashes, looking for remains and any possible survivors. Cadaver dogs and 2 portable morgue units from the military are also being brought in to help.
As Fox's Claudia Cowan in Paradise, more than 6,000 homes have burned down as fires also scorched Southern California, destroying hundreds of structures there, leaving 2 more dead. They're still recounting votes across Florida in the close Senate and governor's races, especially where there have been lawsuits and fraud allegations. Broward County, Fox's Griff Jenkins is there.
The other county having trouble in Palm Beach County yesterday, the election supervisor, Susan Booker, saying that she finds it impossible to get the recount done on time. When you ask the lawyers here what happens if they don't get the recount done on time, that's an open question, but we'll certainly have legal challenges.
The deadline is Thursday. Kirsten Sinema has finally won the Arizona Senate race, the Democrat taking what had been a Republican seat, beating GOP candidate Martha Mcsally. It's going to take longer to settle Georgia's governor's race. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has this live.
Dave, a federal judge ruling in favor of Democrat Stacey Abrams, ordering election officials to hold off on naming a victor until provisional ballots are reviewed. Abrams' lawsuit pointed out cases where voters were turned around after computer glitches and instances where they were not offered provisional ballots. Republican Brian Kemp, who's currently Secretary of State, declared victory, says it's mathematically impossible for Abrams to force a runoff. Dave?
This is Fox News.
Skies are clear, 18 degrees, 7:02 on AM 560. The Answer, good morning. I'm Mike Scott. 10 are hospitalized after 2 buses collided on Chicago's far south side, a Pace bus and a CTA bus tangled on East 103rd. 1 victim is in critical condition this morning. Teachers in Geneva could be headed for a walkout. Educators in District 304 rallied last night before a board meeting. Teachers are legally allowed to hit the picket lines today, but they say they're giving the board more time before making a final decision on whether to strike. The family of a security guard who was shot and killed by a Midlothian police officer at a bar in Robbins is suing over his death. Suit filed yesterday claims the officer who fired at Jamel Roberson used excessive force. The incident happened Sunday while officers were responding to a shooting at Manny's Blue Room Bar. State police continue their investigation. An off-duty Chicago police officer is in critical condition following a fire on the northwest side. Authorities say the officer suffered smoke inhalation after the blaze broke out yesterday in his home near Mason Avenue and Irving Park Road. Fire caused severe damage to the victim's dwelling. A memorial service is set for later this week for a former Wheaton woman who died of malaria after doing mission work for the last 5 years in Africa. The visitation for 25-year-old Megan Liddy, who passed away November 2nd, will take place at the Wheaton Bible Church Chapel in West Chicago. Hurricanes over the Blackhawks 3-2 in Raleigh. Harrison Barnes 23, Mavericks over the Bulls 103-98 at the United Center. College hoops last night, Northwestern and DePaul wins. UIC a last-second loss to Duquesne. Pretty bad Monday night football contest. Giants rally past the 49ers 27-23. The news service of the Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offering more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports. Coaches, parents, students, administrators, visit PCADevZone.org. 7:04, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Finally, all the shouting is over. We now have winners and losers. This election season seemed to be more difficult, contentious, and even painful than ever before. For all you winners, congratulations. For all you losers, you can always try again. For the American people, time to do as we always do. Come together and heal. Hey, life will go on. America is still the greatest, best hope for the world. If you don't believe it, just stick with us. We'll get you through. AM 560, The Answer.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
Get ready to make Range Day more awesome. Here's the perfect gift for the gun owner on your list, or for yourself, a Hacket Equipment Range backpack. The Hacket Equipment Range backpack comes in 3 styles of covert quality range backpacks that hold 2 to 4 pistols and carry a lifetime warranty. There's also an attachable rifle bag, tactical shooting glasses, all at affordable prices. You can even join the Hacket Equipment Army with a Hacket Equipment Pocket Pistol t-shirt. Hacket Equipment is a Chicago-based company that shares your values, and they'd like to share a smoking hot discount just for AM 560 listeners. Get 20% off all Hacket Equipment online products for a limited time with promo code AM 560. Plus, all orders over $100 receive free shipping on top of your 20% discount. Make trips to the shooting range easier and more fun by taking everything you need for a day at the range hands-free. Visit gunrangebags.com and see for yourself why Hacket Equipment bags have endless 5-star reviews. Have a blast at the shooting range and save 20% plus free shipping on orders over $100 with promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560.
Are prices a mystery when you buy your diabetes test strips? Skip the guessing game and sign up for the AccuCheck Guide Simple Pay program at simplepaysaves.com, where you'll know you're paying the same low price on quality test strips every time. Exclusions apply. Visit simplepaysaves.com.
7:07 and a check on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Telemonti.
I-65 northbound traffic a little heavy before 231 at Crown Point after a crash. We have brief roadwork delays in both directions north of 8094. Edens crash inbound before Montrose in the left lane, looking at 36 minutes Lake Cook Junction outbound 21. Inbound Kennedy, now 55 minutes, so O'Hare to downtown, 28 from Montrose, 15 on the Express. Outbound 54 to the airport. Got Eisenhower, 52 minutes, 390 to downtown, 38 from Mannheim. Outbound it's 45 minutes, 390. Stevenson, 59 minutes, 355 to the drive. Ryan, 27 minutes, 95 to downtown. Eastbound Adams, Solway jammed, 2 to Higgins, crash blocking 3 center lanes. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center and our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Breezy today with partial sunshine, high 30, then a clear and cold night, low 18. For tomorrow, sunshine, high 36, mainly clear night, low 24. Partial sunshine for Thursday with a high 42 and a partly cloudy night, low 29. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
18 at O'Hare, 21 along the lakefront. Next news at 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the Lou Bridges Show. Get foreclosure defense solutions that may save your home. Saturday mornings at 8 on AM 560, The Answer.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. Her book title is The Definition of a Punchline Writer's Delight.
Yeah.
And she's coming to town. We're supposed to take her seriously. Oprah, and she's coming with Michelle Obama, who's got the book, former First Lady, for interview concert at the United Center this evening.
And these tickets are expensive. If you want to go lower level right now, $319 a pop.
Who's got two?
If you want to be in the third tier, $294. I mean, this is insane how much money they're charging for this book called Becoming. And I just asked, becoming what? You finished the sentence. 312-642-5600, our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636, type in DA. Then a quick comment. Oh, my gosh, here, Dan, you and I can go on the floor. $613 each. It'll be in the ninth row.
Well, the publisher has to make up the advance that they provided the Obamas, no question.
Well, there's one seat going for $1,100.
Michelle Obama offering a breathless, sober interview with Robin Roberts, who, of course, asked the tough questions because she's not a cheerleader. 2020 on Sunday night, and it featured a little preview of the concert tonight. If you're making your way out to start tailgating at the United Center in advance of Michelle and Oprah, some excerpts too. Her reading excerpts from the book. Like this one about President Trump and his insinuations about President Obama's ancestry, birthplace, I should say.
Donald Trump, with his loud and reckless innuendos, was putting my family's safety at risk. And for this, I'd never forgive him.
By questioning where
That's
he
not
was
very
born,
Christian.
Putting their safety at risk?
Mm-hmm.
I never heard that one before.
Yeah.
Right. Well, she saved it for the book, right? Becoming what? Becoming angry? Becoming angrier?
What if someone with an unstable mind? I'm going to read an excerpt now, if that's okay. I need the music.
Thank you. Okay.
Sure,
I'd like a sultry, deep voice, Dan.
This is following up on the Never Forgive Trump.
Yes.
What if someone with an unstable mind loaded a gun and drove to Washington? What if that person went looking for our girls?
That's why they have Secret Service protection, but do go on.
No.
Oh, that.
That's all I got. Is this so compelling?
I have a better story.
It's like I served as the First Lady with her. She really puts me there.
Well, she puts you in the room.
Yeah.
She gets you into the mood, to the atmosphere.
I mean,
there's another story too where she and Barack were waiting by the door when her daughter Malia was going to prom. She, Malia, and the prom date show up with a nosegay, some flowers, and she is in bare feet, and Barack in flip-flops, and her daughter didn't like that and said, "Mom, can you guys stop embarrassing me, please?"
Yeah, she's embarrassed by
so
mom
cool.
and dad like every other teenager, every other family in America. They're so you, aren't they?
They are.
They're so you. It's going to be great when they turn this into a sitcom for Netflix.
And then they sent her daughter off to prom with Secret Service, just like me.
She also reminded you people who voted for Trump, Amy,
Dan,
that you're
bad.
You're a co-conspirator in misogyny.
We were now up against a bully, challenging the dignity of our country with practically his every utterance.
Crooked Hillary Clinton.
It was dignity I wanted to make an appeal for.
You said, "I will always wonder about what led so many, women in particular, to reject an exceptionally qualified female candidate and instead choose a misogynist as their president." Those are powerful words.
I implored people to focus and to think about what it takes to be commander-in-chief. It's amazing to me that we still have to tell people about the importance of voting. You know, that almost every 2 years we're having this conversation to get people to the polls. And in the end, that's how our democracy works. People have to be educated, they have to be focused on the issues, and they have to go to the polls if they want their politics to reflect their values.
No, I know. I mean, I hear what she's saying. You go, sister, because I remember saying the same thing about her husband in 2008.
Yeah, elections have consequences.
Bob in Buffalo Grove, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. I'm going to somewhat maybe plagiarize this from something I heard last night, but we've heard now that Hillary may toss her run for president in 2020.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the scenario. Hillary starts to run and is climbing in the polls, and out of the clear blue sky, guess who comes in to drop her name into the ring? Michelle Obama, and Michelle takes the nomination. And let's consider this a kickoff, this media or event tonight, kind of a kickoff for the Michelle Obama campaign.
One can only hope. Thanks for the call, Bob.
Michelle Obama is never going to run for public office.
Totally agree.
She
Totally
won't.
agree.
She doesn't want to. She didn't like it. I mean, I'll never forget when she said, I just want to run out of this White House and go buy ice cream. She just didn't like the whole atmosphere, and she didn't like even when her husband was running.
It's fun to play fantasy league politics, but the Michelle Obama is going to run. She's going to come back and run for Senate here. She's going to come back and run for mayor here. She's going to run for president 2020. It is without foundation. It is a total lack of understanding of who they are individually and collectively, the Obamas. It is an underappreciation for what they truly desire. Celebrity without accountability, and they have it now, and the riches to go along with it. John in Lincolnwood, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Oh, Dan and Amy, it's so good to get through. Every time I call, it's always busy, but that's a good thing. You guys are getting more listeners. Anyway, I called in because I could not believe when you said that it was $300 a ticket. I thought this was a free event. You know, I thought it was a, like a rally or whatever, just for her book. You're telling me people are actually paying money to go see this nonsense?
Yeah, and they're selling. And some people, there's scalpers out there selling tickets for twice, 3 times the face value. But it's called A Conversation with Michelle Obama. She's sold out here at United Center, New York, and other places.
Yeah, this is good.
You know what?
This
shows you how stupid people are, I guess. I mean, they want to waste their money. Go ahead. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the call, John. I mean, boy.
And you don't even get a free book with that $879 ticket if you want to sit in row 4.
I hope police on the North Shore and places like Hinsdale are doing extra
what?
Extra rotations, extra drive-bys throughout the neighborhoods, because this is an ideal night for cat burglars in those areas, because they're all going to be at the United Center.
Right. Have you decided what you're going to wear tonight?
Probably my I'm With Her ensemble.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
It's a good choice.
Joe in McHenry.
Hello.
Hi, Joe. I'm also going to put
Hi,
my
good
bangs
morning.
down in honor of Hillary Clinton 1.0, since 4.0 is going to be 1.0 redux in 2020. Thought I'd honor her, vast right-wing conspiracy days. Sorry, Joe, go ahead.
Okay. Anyhow, Dan, Michelle Obama has found out from the Clintons how to make money. So she's going to continue and do that, and then they're going to build their foundation and make millions of dollars like the Clintons. So that didn't take too long for her to start learning how to make money and take people's money. And I wouldn't give her a dime for what she's doing right now.
Thanks for the call, Joe. I mean, they got $100 million between Netflix and these book deals. So yeah, they're well off. Don't you worry about the Obamas.
Yeah, they're not suffering.
Or Valerie Jarrett, their permanent house guest.
Hi, Mom. Mom?
George and Monique.
Hey, Dan. Hey, Amy. Hey, if this thing goes south, man, is there going to be teams of counselors around to talk these people off the edge?
If what goes south?
Anything could happen. I mean, that's a target-rich environment, God knows. We need counselors.
All right, thanks for the call, George.
I don't understand.
I mean, like if the interview is bad?
That's what it sounds like. Or is he talking about something more sinister?
No. Jim in
Nice.
on the southwest side.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. How are you?
Morning.
Hi.
Becoming Rachel Maddow. I think Mrs. Obama became Rachel Maddow with her what if thing.
Yeah, okay.
Presenting the what if hypothetical narrative, making a storyline out of nothing. Absolutely nothing. stirring the pot, blaming that poor president for something he said, creating it a bigger issue than what it really is. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. So, becoming fill in the blank, right?
Becoming what? You're right.
It sort of leaves you hanging.
Yeah, it's not even a ... It's just becoming, and then it says Michelle Obama. But becoming, what is she becoming? An empty nester after next year? Is she becoming what? What? Tell me. I need to know.
Boy, talk about a softball. John and Wheaton, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hey, Dan and Amy. Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for talking about this on my way to work today because I wasn't feeling like going to work that much anyway, and now I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
There you go.
So I appreciate that.
See the nurse. Yeah. No, thanks for the... John is really taking ill now.
There's only one radio show in Chicago talking about today's biggest stories and telling you what they really mean. That show is this one, Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Have you ever been concerned that you might have high cholesterol? Did you know that high cholesterol is a key risk factor for heart disease? We are conducting a national research study that will examine a cholesterol-lowering medicine that could become available over the counter. If you are concerned you may have high cholesterol, you may qualify for this study. Take our online assessment at www.heartriskstudy.com to see if you qualify. Again, please visit www.heartriskstudy.com to see if you qualify.
Upstream-ideas.com, premium content that complements what we do each morning on this show, including podcasts of our Illinois Rising program covering state policy and politics. Do a post-mortem on the midterm elections at the state and local level. And then don't forget our sister sites, defendhomeowners.com and saveyourhomenow.org. Free property tax report on your home. Updated home sales for your community. Stories of what the highest property taxes are doing to people's home equity and resale value. All of that information, defendhomeowners.com, saveyourhomenow.org, everything else, upstream-ideas.com.
Need to lower operating costs? ComEd has instant discounts on energy-saving LEDs to save your business now and later on your energy bill. Get discounts and other lighting solutions from the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program at ComEd.com/lighting solutions. Need to lower operating costs? ComEd has instant discounts on energy-saving LEDs to save your business now and later on your energy bill. Get discounts and other lighting solutions from the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program at ComEd.com/lighting solutions. Where has the year gone? It seems like the holidays always sneak up on us so fast. Most retailers do their shopping in the first quarter of the year, but there are some exceptions. Fox Valley Coins in Naperville is gearing up now for the biggest season of the year. They want to buy before Christmas. Fox Valley Coins is one of the largest rare coin dealers in the entire Midwest. The sales of precious metals and rare coins and currency has been very brisk this year, so now they're on a huge buying spree. Fox Valley Coins buy all forms of gold and silver bars, coins, and jewelry, and they specialize in the rare and collector coins and currency. Find Fox Valley Coins on Route 59 in Ferry, just north of I-88 at the Naperville-Warrenville border. They'll make house calls to your home or bank on larger collections in November. FoxValleyCoins.com. Sure, they'll buy after Christmas, but they're stocking their shelves now. Get to Fox Valley Coins on Route 59 in Ferry in Naperville or online, FoxValleyCoins.com. FoxValleyCoins.com. Dealers since 1981.
Did you know that studies have shown that we need over 10 servings of fruits and veggies every single day? If you're like me, it's hard to find the time and money to prepare and eat all of those fruits and vegetables. Who can do that? Yet we know that proper nutrition can prevent health problems, give us energy, and help us heal faster. Balance of Nature has spent over 20 years researching and delivering solutions to this problem. We can ensure that you consume over 30 different fruits and veggies every single day. Our capsules are filled with 100% real whole foods. There isn't a single thing added to Balance of Nature products. They're pure. We spent an incredible amount of time on the quality of our products. We do this for you. We do it for our own families. Give yourself a break and give your body what it needs. Call now to receive 35% off your first Balance of Nature order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code CHICAGO.
AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. Just getting people's plans tonight when they're going to start caravanning down to the United Center from Hinsdale,
Winnetka,
Glen Ellen, Elmhurst,
Chicago. I know some people who are going.
North Shore. Oh, yeah, sure. Lakefront, Lincoln Park, Gold Coast. Yeah. What are your plans? 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro answer line. 64636DA, turnkey.pro text line for the Oprah, Michelle Obama extravaganza.
The two ladies are getting together.
We'll
They're
take
sister friends.
Take your fill in the blanks, too. Michelle Obama's book title, Becoming. Fill in the blank.
What?
Vincent Hinsdale, Vincent Hinsdale, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy.
Morning.
Hi.
I had to let you know that don't worry about Hinsdale, Dan. Trust me. They're big-time Republicans. That affair that is at United Center, that's for the Kool-Aid drinking Democrats. Never worry. Have a good day.
Thanks for the call, Vince. Unfortunately, you're wrong about Hinsdale.
Yeah,
Maybe once upon a time that was the case, just like once upon a time the North Shore wasn't dominated by Champagne socialists, but that's no longer the case.
What about DuPage County? Is that still Republican stronghold? well, he said Hinsdale, it's Republican safe, and it's not. Hinsdale's not.
Right, and let's see, DuPage County went for Hillary Clinton by 14 points. Went for Barack Obama twice. You just had the about half a dozen Republican state legislators in DuPage County, swept out of office on Tuesday. So you lost a county-wide seat at the county level. You lost 6, 7 seats on the DuPage County Board of Democrats. All right, and let's take a couple more calls now that we got a handle on what's happening in suburban Chicagoland. I'm calling this "Make Michelle Obama Proud Again" tour.
Oh,
this book
that's
tour,
right, yes.
The Oompa tour.
The Oompa.
Make Michelle Obama Proud Again, right? That's what we want to do. Bill in LaSalle County.
That was actually my guess, becoming proud, because that was one of her first comments when Obama was elected or nominated, was she's finally proud of the country.
Yeah, thanks. That's true, right? Thanks for the call, Bill. That's sort of on the same wavelength. Becoming proud again, though, because she can't be proud now, so she wants to be proud again. Now, again, Robin Roberts' riveting interview of Michelle Obama 2020, asking her to compare no drama Obama to Trump.
During your husband's presidency, it was no drama Obama. No drama Obama. So what goes through your mind when you read and hear all that's going on right now with this administration?
I said what I continue to say. Being the commander-in-chief is a hard job, and you need to have discipline, and you need to read, and you need to be knowledgeable, you need to know history, you need to be careful with your words. But voters make those decisions, and once the voters have spoken, we live with what we live with.
Indeed. We live with what we live with. That actually should be Illinois' new state motto.
Oh, that's right. We live with what we live with.
I like that. Michelle,
she had some advice for Melania Trump, right?
Well, there was a welcoming transition she described, although she made the point that they haven't spoken since that transition.
Is the current First Lady, how do you think she is doing in defining who she is?
One of the things you learn as a former, it's like, I don't judge what a current is doing, so I'd prefer not to, speak on what she's doing versus what I did, because I think every First Lady approaches this job differently.
Yeah, and then she wanted, I told her what Laura Bush told me: if you need any help, I'm a phone call away.
No thanks.
And Melania Trump, and then Robin Roberts asked, well, has she taken you up on that? And she said no, and then gave her this raised eyebrow look, which was very peculiar enough for Melania Trump to release a statement. This coming from her spokesperson. Mrs. Trump is a strong and independent woman who has been navigating her role as First Lady in her own way, When she needs advice on any issue, she seeks it from her professional team within the White House. End quote.
And, of course, President Trump has responded to this book, too.
Oh, yes.
Saying, in response to, she'll never forgive Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Well, right back at you, sister. I'll never forgive him, her husband, for what he did to the United States military by not funding it properly.
Oh.
So I don't know if there is a way to bring these two kids back together, particularly after the last election cycle. I don't see forgiveness in the cards in either direction.
I don't either. Coming up on a very special Dan and Amy.
Thankfully, we'll move on from reading excerpts from Becoming Fill in the Blank, and we'll go to Bud Cummins, a former colleague and U.S. attorney, who will join us to discuss whether Matt Whitaker, the acting AG, should recuse himself from overseeing the Mueller investigation. That's at 7:37.
And later, Tiny Dancer's next move. Who wants to see this guy on cable TV? But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
Skies are clear, 18 degrees. Investigators are searching for bodies today after California's deadliest wildfire. The campfires killed at least 42, scorching more than 180 square miles near Paradise, California. The Arizona Senate race took nearly a week to call, but it appears that Democrat Kyrsten Sinema is the apparent winner. Races in Florida and Georgia are trending GOP, but still not called yet, and there are potential lawsuits to be filed in all cases. White House is considering trying to get the Afghan government to suspend their next presidential election in order to advance talks with the Taliban. The election is set for April, and the thinking is that suspending it now could help those negotiators and stakeholders that are at the table. U.S. intelligence officials believe North Korea is still developing its ballistic missile program. Experts say that its missile development is going on now at undeclared military sites. The trial of accused Mexican drug lord El Chapo Guzman begins today in New York City. Security's tight. Jury has armed escorts while heavily armed federal marshals and bomb-sniffing dogs patrol the outside of the Brooklyn federal courthouse. 10 are hospitalized this morning after buses collide. On Chicago's far south side, a Pace bus crashed into a CTA bus last night in the 1500 block of East 103rd. One of those victims is in critical condition. Teachers in Geneva could be headed for a strike. Educators in District 304 rallied last night before a school board meeting at Geneva Middle School South. Teachers could hit the picket lines later today, but union leaders say they will give the board more time before making a final decision. The family of a security guard shot and killed by a Midlothian police officer at a bar in Robbins is suing over his death. Lawsuit filed yesterday claims the officer who fired at Jamel Roberson used excessive force. Hurricanes over the Blackhawks, 3-2 in Raleigh. Mavericks over the Bulls, 103-98 at the United Center. In college baskets, Northwestern and DePaul with wins. UIC a last-second loss to Duquesne. Angels two-way star Shohei Ohtani and Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna are the MLB Rookies of the Year. The news service of the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America inviting you to take steps for cures at a walk event near you. Support the 1.6 million Americans living with these diseases. Get started at cctakesteps.org. 7:33 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager explains the left's ideal situation.
Remember Nancy Pelosi? Did she see that once where we could sit back and write poetry and compose music? This is the ideal that somehow you will be fed, clothed, and housed without actually doing anything. It's character destroying, socialism.
The Dennis Prager Show. Weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest-growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
Hi, I'm Brian Duncan, co-founder of Signature Bank. Born and raised in Chicagoland, my partners and I knew this city needed a locally owned business bank. As fellow entrepreneurs, we know the challenges facing businesses, and we are invested in our customers' success. We are here to build mutually beneficial, long-term, lasting relationships with our customers. We look forward to helping our customers reach their goals every day, and we are here to see them succeed. At Signature Bank, you work directly with decision makers who understand your business and can deliver on their promises.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
This stuff is the best stuff I've ever taken. I don't take any medicine. I take nothing. If I get a little scratchy throat or even a headache, I take the vegetables. It works very fast. Or I'm feeling like a little down, tired, I take 3 of them, 4 of them, and I'm right up back to where I was. It's unreal how this stuff works, and I rave about it. This guy's a genius when it comes down to it. If anyone's skeptical about taking something, I get it. There's thousands of products out there. Look, you can be confident in this because the one thing that makes me really, really happy about is that you guys make the capsule out of a plant-based product. It's not crap. It's real food, like you would put on the dinner table.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Check out the newest podcast from the Associated Press Ground Game, hosted by AP's Megan Crane. A weekly conversation about top political issues around the midterm elections. Available on Apple Podcasts.
7:35, a check on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Telemonte.
Eastbound Adams Tollway I-90 traffic is jammed. Elmhurst Road to Higgins with crash now blocking 3 right lanes. Northbound Tri-State has delays. 115th, the 83rd Street toll from 75th to Ogden from the Reagan toll to Balmoral. Veterans Memorial northbound is heavy in pockets, 63rd to St. Charles. Delays on the inbound 8 and starting at 2E. There's a crash before Montrose left lane. 35 minutes Lake Cook to the junction. Kennedy, 55 minutes O'Hare to downtown. Collision at Central in the left lane. Express lanes quicker than the locals. Eisenhower, 52 minutes 390 to downtown. 38 from Manheim. Stevenson an hour, 355 to the drive. Ryan, 38 minutes 95th to downtown. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, partly sunny, breezy and cold, the high near 30. Clear with temperatures falling near the record of 14 overnight. Currently 19 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by The Lou Bridges Show, a show about the truth of the foreclosure crisis. Saturday mornings at 8 on AM 560, The Answer.
Let freedom ring this afternoon at 2 with Sean Hannity, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. So our friend, little old Matt Whitaker from Iowa, is the center of a D.C. storm. Now that he's been made acting attorney general, being elevated as Jeff Sessions' chief of staff after Sessions resigned the office.
Yeah, we had him on this program. He called in when he was running against Joni Ernst for senator of Iowa.
When who was running?
Matthew Whitaker was going to challenge Joni Ernst. You don't remember that? Why? Oh, you
Challenge her for the United States Senate?
Well, he was going to challenge her. Yeah, he was running against her. I remember he called into this program. He was great. We went to Iowa together. He graduated in 91. Was a tight end for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Do you remember when yeah.
Well, did he ever? He never mounted a challenge against Joni Ernst.
I'm positive
did
that's
he?
why he called in.
I don't remember that. But anyway, I know he was the acting, the chief of staff for Jeff Sessions. Now he's the acting AG.
Now he's a bigwig.
And because of his post and the Mueller investigation, and Democrats' renewed interest in that, particularly in light of the House takeover, he is the subject of much controversy. Both process and substance. Process, he has not been confirmed by the Senate. Substance, his statements against the Mueller investigation, ostensibly, as well as some private business dealings that are coming under scrutiny. Lindsey Graham, however, gave Matt Whitaker a vote of confidence over the weekend on the Sunday talkies.
I think he was appropriately appointed legally. I don't think he has to recuse himself. I am confident the Mueller investigation will be allowed to come to a good, solid conclusion, that there will be no political influence put on Mr. Mueller by Mr. Whitaker to do anything other than Mr. Mueller's job. I'm confident that Mr. Mueller will be allowed to do his job without interference.
And on those Whitaker statements about Mueller?
Well, you don't recuse somebody because they have opinions different than the people they're overseeing. Trust me, there's politics abounds when it comes to the Mueller investigation, that Trump's guilty, and no matter what Mueller finds.
No question, and politic abounding. A couple of examples of relevant incoming Democrats, like, I don't know, House Judiciary Committee Chairman to be Gerald Nadler talking about Whitaker.
I don't think it is legal because there's no advice and consent. I don't think the Attorney General can be appointed without advice and consent of the Senate, without the consent of the Senate. But I'll go further. His appointment is simply part of an attack on the investigation by Robert Mueller, the special counsel. It's part of a pattern of interference by the president, part of a pattern of obstruction of that, attempted obstruction of that investigation. And that investigation is very important to assure the law and to assure that we know what happened when the Russians attempted to subvert our election with the alleged complicity of people in the Trump campaign. It's very important that the integrity of our elections be assured. And so we have to protect that investigation.
There you got both the process and the substance arguments, or to the extent they're legitimate arguments, from Gerald Nadler. He's going to be fun to listen to for the next 2 years at least. With the kicker saying that the appointment itself is some sort of evidence of obstruction of justice. Nancy Pelosi and Gerald Nadler, of course, are singing from the same hymnals, you won't be surprised to learn.
First of all, I think that he should recuse himself for any review of the investigation because of statements he has made already in the public domain about the fact that this investigation should not...
You don't have confidence in him as America's top enforcement officer?
No, I don't, and I don't just take it from me. There's bipartisan editorializing about this, that he should never have been appointed, and that it does violence to the Constitution and the vision of our founders to appoint such a person in such a manner.
No, you know Nancy Pelosi's in trouble when she has to rely on the Constitution. We won't take her word for it. Let's get somebody else's word. His name is Bud Cummins. He's a former U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Arkansas. That was during the George W. Bush administration. He worked with Matt Whitaker, so he has some professional as well as personal perspective. Bud Cummins, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning.
Dan,
yes.
Amy was correct.
He did?
Matt did run in the primary when I believe it was an open seat.
Yes.
And there was about 6 people in the primary. I think
Right.
Matt Whitaker came in about 4th behind Joni Ernst in that primary.
All right,
That's why he called in.
He was such a good candidate that I forgot he ran. I hope he's a better lawyer.
Amy, you can Venmo me for that.
Okay, I will. Thanks. I got your back, bud.
All right, fine. I stand corrected on Matt Whitaker. I remember him so well as a U.S. Senate candidate.
Yes.
All right, Bud, what about as a lawyer and a prosecutor? Give us your perspective.
Well, Matt Whitaker has a great record. He was a well-respected United States attorney for certain, and his professional career since has been solid, and he's done good work everywhere he's been. I've worked with him occasionally, and you know, look, we kind of have I was going to say fraternity. I guess I should say some non-gender-based term that
we get it.
Yes. Sorority, because there's men and women who served in the Department of Justice. And we have an association. We're a lot of us are active in it, and it's a nonpartisan association, and it's really dedicated to the principles that we all are committed to. And there's been exceptions, and some of them notable, and some of them recent. But most people that go to the Department of Justice must realize that no matter how political you've been in the past, and I had been political before I became a U.S. attorney, and I've been political since, but while you're there, you have to know where the bright lines are, that politics can't enter into decisions. Yes, the president has a priority agenda, and it's your job to implement it and make sure resources are devoted to it. And there's some politics involved in that. But when it comes to individual cases, you follow the facts and the law, and you don't let politics creep in. And Matt Whitaker is very dedicated to that principle.
So do you think he should?
I have no concerns about that.
So you don't think he should recuse himself from the Russian investigation, the Mueller investigation?
Oh, absolutely not. The opposing political party has a they have a pretty thin playbook, and they have a few plays, they run them well, and they run them often. And one of them is you just repeat something enough times until people think it must be true. There's no basis for him to recuse from the Mueller investigation. That's just what they want. They've successfully caused the Mueller investigation to be initiated based on actually false facts that they knew were false, and then they successfully used General Sessions' own ethics against him to cause him to recuse, and they basically created a chaotic situation and really a situation that would be impossible to manage in his recused state by General Sessions, and that wasn't his fault. They've been very successful at that, and they want to continue that. So they want to see now if they can somehow force the new Attorney General the acting Attorney General recuse. It's not going to work. And I don't think really that argument's getting much traction, to be honest.
Well, also, too, I mean, talk about living in a glass house. They didn't seem particularly concerned about the politics going on at the top levels of justice with respect to Bruce Orr and obviously the senior leadership of the FBI. There wasn't real concern about the politicization of those institutions vis-a-vis their senior personnel. But now they're concerned because Matt Whitaker has views on the Mueller investigation that he can't act independently and consistent with his professional requirements.
That's right, Dan. I mean, look, I've done this job. The Department of Justice lives on credibility. If I come to your house or your brother's house or your sister's house and we haul them away in handcuffs and try to take away their liberty and their property, you and your neighbors have to believe that there's only one reason that we're doing that, and that's that we believe that that person's committed a crime. If you think it's political, if there's a political motivation for that, the entire system breaks down because you've lost your credibility. And every time we have one of these, political scandals within the department, it really chips away at that credibility. Where was Nancy Pelosi and where was Chairman Nadler when the former Attorney General met with the husband of a woman that was being investigated in an airplane? I mean, where were they talking about recusal then?
Right.
Play those tapes.
And what is your view of the Mueller investigation from what we know on the outside in terms of moving to some conclusion at some point?
Right. I have some strong feelings about it, and incidentally, the new acting Attorney General and when he's wearing other hats, last year before he was even at the Department of Justice again, he appeared on shows and rendered opinions. And those are opinions. We know as former DOJ professionals that we can only know what we see from the outside. That only the people that are privy to all the information know what they know. So from the outside looking in, I have concerns. I really think we were tricked into appointing a special counsel to begin with. Mm-hmm. I think the special counsel, independent counsel idea has been pretty much an abject failure in every instance because we know how to start them, but we don't know how to stop them. And they inevitably get very far afield and become just kind of an ongoing independent investigation of a sitting president. And that's what happened with Bill Clinton. Mm-hmm. That's what's happened now with Donald Trump. And it gives the opposing political party tons of ammunition to go out every day, talk about sealed indictments, and this is going to happen and that's going to happen. And what they're doing is obstructing our ability as a country to go out and achieve things that we need to achieve and we should want to achieve. So I hope I have confidence in Bob Mueller. He has great reputation. I think that But I think they have an obligation to the public. I don't see any evidence, for instance, that there was collusion between the campaign and Russia. I don't know everything they know. But if that's the case, they need to give us a readback on that part of their investigation. They need to put that to rest now.
Well, when do you think that this will? Yeah, when is this going to wrap up? Do you think?
Well, I'm hopeful that now that the elections are behind us, that they have an intention to submit at least an interim report, if not a final report, and that if they have ongoing investigations or prosecutions that they believe should be part of the special counsel's office, that they can at least give enough information to justify that and explain why they need to be performed by a special counsel and not by main justice. But I don't know what I don't know, so I really couldn't tell you. But I'm glad now that with the acting attorney general, we've unified the management of the Department of Justice, and that the proper supervision that the special counsel statute contemplates is now in place. I'm entirely confident that Matt Whitaker will go in there and ask all the right questions, and he may have news for the White House that they don't necessarily want to get, that there's some reason for the special counsel to continue, or based on something we don't know. But based on what I know, I'm hoping that he's going to be able to report that they're ready to make a report back to him and wind the thing down so we can get on with the business of trying to run a government.
With respect to Whitaker, again, he's an acting AG. It's interim. It could be for as many as 200 some odd days. But I guess, number one, do you think it would be wise, somebody who worked in the Justice Department, would it be wise to get a attorney general nominated and confirmed as soon as possible? And if so, do you have any perspective on some of the names that are being bandied about, kind of prosecutors turned politicians like Giuliani and Christie and Bondi versus someone like Janice Rogers Brown, a retired judge?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of the debate about who should be the next U.S. Attorney General.
Okay.
I'm very fond of Chris Christie. I'm very fond of Giuliani, and have a great respect for Ms. Bondi. And I hope that they're able to get someone properly vetted and nominated and promptly. I think the Senate will be in a position to act fairly quickly on a confirmation based on the recent elections. But that doesn't mean there won't be interference. And we saw what happened, for instance, in the Kavanaugh confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So who wants that job? That might be a better question in this environment. Based on what we've seen recently, do you want it?
Right. I mean, it's funny. You
want
say
to have your background.
I mean, I want
Janice
Rogers Brown, but you would think, well, she's already been confirmed by the Senate because she was a circuit court judge, appellate court judge. But of course, we've seen that doesn't matter anymore either. So, yeah, it's your point is well taken. He is Bud Cummins, former U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Arkansas during President H.W. Bush. And also a former colleague of Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker. Bud, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate your perspective.
Appreciate your invitation to be on the show. Thank you.
Take care.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Before you see it on TV, share it on Facebook, or read about it in the paper, hear it here first. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
The players are fired up. The coaches are prepared for battle. The student section is rumbling. The band is ready to rock. And you're ready for victory.
Touchdown, Northern Illinois!
Every game, every victory is right here on the Husky Sports Network.
The Huskies take on the Miami Redhawks this Wednesday night at 7. Pregame at 6:30 right here on AM 560. The Answer.
Redhawks. Hey, if you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home, then you need to call Team Hochberg. Today, meet Brian. He's from Oak Park. He wrote this review after refinancing with Team Hochberg. Quote, I hear David Hochberg on the radio all the time, so I contacted Team Hochberg to pay off debt. I was shocked when David Hochberg returned my call personally, analyzed my situation, and put a plan together with his team. Team Hochberg refinanced both my primary residence and investment property which enabled me to pay off $40,000 of credit card debt and reduce my payments, ready, by over $2,300 a month. Woo! Team Hochberg is my lender for life and the only lender I'd refer to my friends and family. If you want to be like Brian, call Team Hochberg Mortgage Experts right now at 312-751-1333 for a free consultation. Team Hochberg has helped me and thousands of AM 560 listeners, but guess what? They can't help you if you don't call 312-751-1333 or simply visit am560david.com. Pro Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender, Illinois Residential Mortgage Licensee, 4358 NMLS 19186.
Pat Boone here again for Relief Factor, the company that's helping thousands of people, just like my wife Shirley and me, deal with all kinds of occasional aches and pains. For years, Shirley struggled with her neck and her shoulder pain, kept her from sleeping through the night. A lot of people, just like Shirley, struggle with aches and pains due to aging or exercise. Why don't you order the 3-week Quick Start? It's now only $19.95, and let's see if we can get you out of pain too. Go to ReliefFactor.com.
For more than a half-century, Mueller CPA and Financial Advisory has provided audit, tax, outsourced accounting, business consulting, and financial advisory services to Chicagoland companies. Mueller provides customized financial guidance to a client base that includes independent business owners, startups, local government, and nonprofits. I'm with Dave Nissen, Mueller Managing Partner.
Thanks, Dan. Mueller values being part of the community for the last 50 years, meeting our clients' financial service needs. A major component of meeting those needs is our professionals' superb knowledge and their ability to deliver timely and quality solutions to meet our clients' challenges. Whether you're interested in tax minimization strategies, looking to expand your business, or need assistance with business planning, our team can help. Our goal is your company's financial success today and over a lifetime.
For questions about how the recent legislative changes can specifically affect your business or how to effectively plan for these changes, call Dave Nissen at 847-888-8600 or visit MuellerCPA.com. That's Mueller, Mueller, CPA.com.
It's so nice now that the kids are asleep.
Cheers.
We got the kids, our house, a stable income.
Checking off all the boxes.
But there's one box we haven't checked off.
What's that?
Life insurance.
We don't need to think about that now. We're young.
That's why now is the best time. Life insurance gets more expensive the older you get.
But I don't have time to do a blood test. It's such a hassle to meet with someone just to get a quote.
Not with Ethos.
Ethos?
It's a modern kind of life insurance. You just answer 4 quick questions at getethos.com and get a free instant quote. No pushy salespeople. And no medical exams required for policies covering under $1 million. You can apply online in just 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Let's do it.
But then what will we do for the rest of the night?
I'm sure we can think of something.
Get your free instant quote and submit your complete application in minutes. Just go to getethos.com. That's ETHOS. Getethos.com. Getethos.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I'm definitely feeling better because now that I'm feeling better, I have more energy to be able to do more things. Before I was in severe pain with my back, and I really couldn't function without taking an ibuprofen, and I haven't had to do that.
The first day energy level was up by about 30%. Stamina was probably up 40%. Alertness was probably 20-25%. Afternoons, I'd get groggy, doggy. Just in 2 days, that is gone.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
I want to welcome a brand new partner to the Mike Gallagher Show, something called the MVP Kids Book Series. MVP Kids is a series of books and media for kids from 0 to 12 that entertain kids while equipping mentors, teaching life skills, and encouraging kids to become real MVPs. These series consist of 16 kids, parents, siblings, family members, creating familiarity and friendship for readers. The MVP Kids books follow these 16 children from toddlers to adolescents, so readers literally grow up with the MVP Kids, focused on long-term building of character, values, responsibility. I want you to learn all about them. Go to mvpkids.com. mvpkids.com. That's where I want you to start. mvpkids.com. You can get a free catalog. You'll save 20% by using the Mike G coupon code when you check out at mvpkids.com, or give them a call toll free 833 the number 8 MVP Kids. That's 833-8 MVP Kids.
AM 560, The Answer.
So Tiny Dancer's not going back to the Lollipop Guild. He's going to be a Madhouse sidekick, huh?
Well, sources say he's been in New York interviewing with both CNN and MSNBC for his life after, being the Lord of Chicago. But the thing is that Democrats, they don't want to see him on TV. Republicans certainly don't want to see him on TV. So, and his brother's company is his agent.
I just hope that doesn't cut into the next chapter that he and Amy Rule are going to write together.
Have they stopped crying yet? Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
We'll talk Arizona and Florida elections with Noah Rothman at 8:08.
But first, let's get into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
On a sunny day, Geneva teachers could be headed for the picket lines. 10 hurt after buses collide on the far south side. WIND Chicago News Time is 8 o'clock.
Will Florida's recount be done by the Thursday deadline? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's in question.
My goal is that we follow the law.
Republican Governor Rick Scott clings to a slight lead over Democratic Senator Bill Nelson, who wants Scott to recuse himself.
He's using his power as governor to try to undermine the voting process.
Fox's Evan Brown's live at the much scrutinized Broward County Elections Office.
Now, Dave, Broward County has been the focal point of much of this recount, but the officials here say they haven't actually started recounting ballots. They've been sorting ballots and plan to begin feeding these ballots through the machines today. Well, so far, Broward officials haven't expressed concern they wouldn't make Thursday's legal deadline, but Palm Beach County has already said they don't see themselves finishing on time, making a statewide recount by hand more inevitable, Dave.
Yeah, but in Arizona, Democrat Kirsten Sinema finally won that Senate race a week after the vote, beating Republican Martha Mcsally. They're still looking for more victims in Northern California, where there are 42 deaths so far in Butte County. Thousands of evacuees barely got out of their houses alive.
I don't know if it burned or not. But, I'm here. I'm not burned. And that's all that really counts.
More than 6,000 homes burned down. Hundreds of others were charred in Southern California, where 2 more people died. Palestinians keep firing rockets into Israel, and Israelis keep retaliating in Gaza.
Many structures here in Israel have been hit, including a bakery in the town of Sderot, and also this apartment building behind me. Early this morning, this building was hit by a rocket. It exploded upon impact, killing 1 man inside and injuring dozens.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst outside the apartment in Ashkelon. Days after President Trump went to France, he's tweeted about the French president suggesting Europe protect itself from the U.S., China, and Russia. But he wrote, it was Germany in World Wars I and II. How'd that work out? And then they were starting to learn German in Paris before the U.S. came along. So he added, pay for NATO or not. This is Fox News.
Sunshine and 19 degrees. It's 8:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. 10 are hospitalized this morning after 2 buses collide on Chicago's far south side. Pace bus crashed into a CTA bus last night. 1 victim in critical condition. Teachers in Geneva could be headed for a strike. Educators in District 304 rallied last night before a school board meeting at Geneva Middle School South. Teachers are legally allowed to hit the picket lines later today, but are giving the board more time, they say. Investigators are trying to determine what caused a house fire in Lisle that left 1 person severely hurt. The blaze broke out last night on Plank Road near Thornhill Court. The DuPage County Arson Task Force is assisting with that investigation. Protesters want low-cost retailer Target to keep a couple of stores open on Chicago's south side. Those protests were led by Representative Bobby Rush yesterday. Rush spoke at a rally outside the retailer's South Loop location. The demonstration was held in an effort to stop the company from closing stores in the Chatham and Morgan Park neighborhoods. The family of a security guard who was shot and killed by a Midlothian police officer at a bar in Robbins is suing over his death. The lawsuit filed yesterday claims the officer who fired at Jamel Roberson used excessive force. The incident happened early on Sunday while officers were responding to a shooting at Manny's Blue Room Bar on South Clare Boulevard. It's 8:03, time for an AM 560 Business Beat. From the Fox Business Network, here's Jenny Casola.
From the Fox Business Network, the long-awaited second headquarters announcement from Amazon is now expected today. The Wall Street Journal says 50,000 employees will be split between Crystal City, Virginia, and Long Island City, New York, and there could be additional cities receiving projects from Amazon. Petco is going natural. Petco CEO Ron Coughlin says the change will start in May.
We're going to be eliminating all cat and dog foods and treats with artificial flavors, artificial colors, artificial preservatives. If you think about the pet we love, do we want ethanol to be served to them? Do we want sulfur dioxide? Do we want I can't even see benzohydralide.
Coughlin says Petco is responding to pet owners who want healthy, natural products for their animals. Futures are higher this morning. That's after the Dow dropped 602 on Monday. The Nasdaq was down 206. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
8:04 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Finally, all the shouting is over. We now have winners and losers. This election season seemed to be more difficult, contentious, and even painful than ever before. For all you winners, congratulations. For all you losers, you can always try again. For the American people, time to do as we always do. Come together and heal. Hey, life will go on. America is still the greatest, best hope for the world. If you don't believe it, just stick with us. We'll get you through. AM 560, The Answer.
Where has the year gone? It seems like the holidays always sneak up on us so fast. Most retailers do their shopping in the first quarter of the year, but there are some exceptions. Fox Valley Coins in Naperville is gearing up now for the biggest season of the year. They want to buy before Christmas. Fox Valley Coins is one of the largest rare coin dealers in the entire Midwest. The sales of precious metals and rare coins and currency has been very brisk this year, so now they're on a huge buying spree. Fox Valley Coins buy all forms of gold and silver bars, coins, and jewelry, and they specialize in the rare and collector coins and currency. Find Fox Valley Coins on Route 59 in Ferry, just north of I-88 at the Naperville-Warrenville border. They'll make house calls to your home or bank on larger collections in November. FoxValleyCoins.com. Sure, they'll buy after Christmas, but they're stocking their shelves now. Get to Fox Valley Coins on Route 59 in Ferry in Naperville or online, FoxValleyCoins.com. FoxValleyCoins.com. Dealers since 1981.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
It's 8:07. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
The eastbound Adams Tollway is jammed. Bus Street to Higgins with a crash now on the right shoulder. The inbound Kennedy is running 48 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, 38 from Montrose, 22 in the Express. Outbound 54 minutes to the airport. Eden's 22 minutes, Lake Cook Junction, outbound 38. The Eisenhower, 52 minutes, 390 to downtown, 38 from Manhunt, outbound 46 to 390. Stevenson, an hour, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 40 minutes. Ryan, 36 minutes, 95 to downtown. Southbound Tri-State, it's slow 120 to 176. Northbound 111th, 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway to Balmoral. But Reagan Tollway are delays. From the Fox River to 355, northbound Veterans Memorial, 63rd to St. Charles, Army Trail to 290. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte. From the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center, here's our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Breezy today with partial sunshine, high 30, then a clear and cold night, low 18. For tomorrow, sunshine, high 36, mainly clear night, low 24. Partial sunshine for Thursday with a high 42 and a partly cloudy night, low 29. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
19 at O'Hare, 21 along the lakefront. Next news coming up at 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by In the Know with Wealth Management Group, hosted by Craig Bolanos. Heard Sunday mornings at 10.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. So Martha Mcsally has conceded in Arizona. Gillum and Nelson have not conceded in Florida. And why would they, as long as Broward County Commissioner Brenda Snipes is still finding provisional ballot boxes in the trunks of Avis rent-a-cars.
So I thought you were kidding, and you're not. They really did find a box there.
There's always time to make up the difference if you put your shoulder to the grind there. Martha Mcsally releasing this video concession with her golden retriever.
Hey everybody, I just called Kirsten Sinema and congratulated her on becoming Arizona's first female senator after a hard-fought battle. I wish her all success as she represents Arizona in the Senate. And I also want to say thank you to everybody who supported me in this campaign, my staff and volunteers and everybody who voted for me. I'm so grateful for you as my wingman and my wingwomen in this journey. We sure wish it came out with a different result, but I'm so thankful for you. As I traveled around this state, I was so inspired by the many people that I met. And I am convinced Arizona is the best state in the country, and our best days are still yet to come, and I'm going to continue to pray for our success. Thank you so much.
I got to tell you, I didn't see that coming. And last night, Kirsten Sinema, first, do I want to say it or do you? Bisexual female senator from the state of Arizona. She's, replacing Jeff Flake, but thank John McCain.
His example shines a light on our way forward. Senator John McCain stood for everything we stand for as Arizonans. Fighting for what you believe in. Standing up for what's right, even if you stand alone.
Gag.
She was wearing a beautiful cocktail dress, by the way.
And Martha Mcsally, first female senator. Why not, if you're going to start from the identity politics premises of the left, why not also celebrate first female, first bisexual senator?
Ew.
Say it.
No one needs to know that. It's gross.
That's a feature, not a bug for the left. Andrew Gillum on Sunday over the weekend in church explaining why he's tired, but every vote must be counted. And they're going to look in every Avis rent-a-car that is available.
I am in some ways tired. It's been a long 21 months. We laid it all on the field. But I want you to know I am energized around this mission to see every single vote counted in this process.
Yeah.
I am.
And I hope the FBI is also energized to complete their investigation into Andrew Gillum's time as Tallahassee mayor. For more on these races and the general political landscape, we're pleased to be joined again by Noah Rothman, who is the associate editor for Commentary Magazine. Noah, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Let's start in Arizona. Sort of stunning that a crackerjack like Kirsten Sinema could beat a fighter pilot in Arizona, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm really surprised by those results. I'm more surprised by the fact that she, if you believe the exit polls, that she drew double digits worth of Republican voters. Despite the fact that they turned up all that information about her, sneering at her state, sort of mocking her state, sort of being depressed by her state and embarrassed by her state, and the extent to which she had generated quite a bit of antipathy among Republicans. It didn't seem to matter for at least that many Republican voters who put her over the top. I mean, it's without a doubt she would not be a senator today if it weren't for Republican votes. And the GOP has some soul searching to do there. We can't wish that away. We can't look at those voters and say, well, we don't need you guys. No, you do.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a real problem.
Well, that's the
going
point. Doug Ducey, the governor, won by 16 points. So it had to be Republican.
But why
crossover vote.
were Republicans? Why did they turn to Kyrsten Sinema instead of Martha Mcsally?
I mean, it's anybody's guess, frankly. I don't have the right answer there. I think there's probably a multitude of reasons for it. One of the issues I think probably came to the fore late in the campaign, in which Martha Mcsally wrapped her arms around the president around, was the border issue and the caravan. And I don't know the extent to which that drove up Republican turnout. It probably was significant, but it also drove out voters who are disinclined to support that sort of thing on both sides of the aisle, Democrats and the few Republicans who don't think that that's a good message.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, I guess there was more of a embrace, as the word goes, of Mcsally with Trump. But then you saw big turnouts in other places like Ohio, like Missouri, like Florida, and particularly Ohio and Florida. And that was to the benefit of the statewide Republican candidate, DeWine, in Ohio. And it still appears Scott and DeSantis in Florida.
Yeah, I would be surprised, actually, if they found, as you say, enough votes to make up the deficit for both Andrew Gillum and Senator Nelson. They're behind by thousands of votes, so it would be unprecedented to find that many votes in a recount. But I don't blame them for not conceding, because this is a state-mandated thing.
Right.
And there's going to be a recount no matter what, so they might as well not concede. It's a little bit different for somebody like Stacey Abrams in Georgia, who I don't believe has conceded yet and has no hope, I think, of making up the deficit.
And give us, since we haven't spoken to you since last week's election, give us your sort of handle now that most of the dust has settled on what happened and what you think it means for Trump and Republicans going forward into the 20 cycle.
Well, it was a pretty bad night for Republicans pretty much across the board. There were some bright spots, as you say, in Ohio. The Ohio governorship, the Iowa governorship was a shock. The upper Midwest sort of cratered for the GOP. Florida is looking good, but it's very tight, and it would only take a tiny shift in 2020. So what that showed me was Democrats have a pathway to the White House in 2020 through the upper Midwest, through Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, where they lost a lot of legislative seats, and Democrats made up a lot of gains that they lost over the course of the Obama era. 3 on the legislative level, which is where the farm team is, where you develop talent. And so they picked up almost 400 legislative seats. That's a really big number of legislative seats. By contrast, the GOP won 968 legislative seats over 4 cycles over the course of Barack Obama's presidency. It devastated the Democratic Party. But if Democrats have 2 cycles like that, they make up the gains in half the time. And that's something Republicans should be scared of.
Yeah. Yesterday in Florida, a judge told, both Bill Nelson and Rick Scott to turn down the rhetoric. Do you think it's been too heated between these two cats?
I mean, you can always turn down the rhetoric. Yeah, so I'm one of those squishy middle of the road Republican guys who thinks we all need to pump the brakes a little bit. But I don't think the Republicans are necessarily the problem here. We've seen a lot of Democrats say, "Well, look at Martha Mcsally's concession. This is how you concede. This is a noble way to end a campaign. Good for them." Well, you know what? You could take a little bit of your own advice.
This is we always appreciate when you
lose
announce
gracefully.
Yes, you announce your defeat. We always prefer surrender, but even just a graceful exit is fine.
And throwing a cute dog with you too. When you're making the Twitter video.
What do you think about Mark Penn's piece over the weekend, making the case that not only is Hillary possibly going to run again, that she is in, it is a matter of time. You're going to be reintroduced to Hillary 1.0 from her early 90s days, the left-wing firebrand, the vast right-wing conspiracy Hillary Clinton in 2020, and in a field of 20 candidates, why not?
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that, honestly. Mark Penn is close with Hillary Clinton, though they haven't been working together, as far as I understand, for a decade. So That's one of those things that you could take it with a grain of salt. I have no doubt that she wants to run again, so I'm not saying that this isn't a float. It really could be a trial balloon, but she shouldn't, because I don't see much of an appetite on the Democratic Party side for her candidacy. Although she definitely wanted
to run.
And were you surprised how she was noticeably absent during the final days before the midterm elections? I mean, you had everybody, Eric Holder, Elizabeth Warren, everyone you can imagine, and she and Bill Clinton were nowhere to be found.
Yeah, well, Bill Clinton isn't wanted on the campaign trail. That's one thing. I mean, Hillary Clinton does have a presence if she wanted to go out and be a feature of the Democratic Party's future. She's not as unwelcome as Bill Clinton is. Bill Clinton is persona non grata now, and entirely as a result of the Me Too moment, which is ironic, long overdue. But his star has faded dramatically, and he knows it.
Jared Nadler, the incoming House Judiciary Committee chairman, says that the appointment of Matthew Whitaker as acting AG is prima facie evidence of this ongoing obstruction of justice conspiracy being orchestrated by President Trump. Nancy Pelosi is talking about using subpoena power strategically, and Maxine Waters is announcing that she's going to stick it to banking and insurance. Any concern that the Democrats won't overreach per their victory on Tuesday?
They're almost certain to overreach, but I'm not sure the extent to which that's going to matter politically. I have yet to see evidence that Democratic overreach is going to hurt them in the Trump era. But we will see. I'm not convinced that they won't shoot themselves in the foot. They have a tendency to do that. But as far as the Matthew Whitaker thing, the notion here that he's going to starve the special counsel, as he said he wants to do, by the way, is something I think we have to wait for evidence of before we indict him over it. His association, however, with a firm that the DOJ investigated for fraud makes him a particularly bad candidate, I think, to head the DOJ, just by virtue of that association. And that is a completely legitimate avenue of criticism that I think Democrats have real legs on. The special counsel thing is speculative, so I think they should probably tailor their criticisms a little bit.
Yeah, that World Patent Marketing Company, he was an advisor of $26 million FTC judgment against that company. Now, that's a legitimate matter. You're right about that. He is Noah Rothman, associate editor for Commentary Magazine. Noah, thanks as always for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
Have you ever been concerned that you might have high cholesterol? Did you know that high cholesterol is a key risk factor for heart disease? We are conducting a national research study that will examine a cholesterol-lowering medicine that could become available over the counter. If you are concerned you may have high cholesterol, you may qualify for this study. Take our online assessment at www.heartriskstudy.com to see if you qualify. Again, please visit www.heartriskstudy.com to see if you qualify.
Are you a responsible person who finds yourself growing deeper in credit card debt? Then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity Debt Management will consolidate your accounts and work with your creditors. You'll save thousands and become debt-free for keeps. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. 1-800-990-6976. 1-800-990-6976.
Are you happy with what's looking back at you in the mirror? I'm Dr. Howard Cooper from Excellence in Dentistry, and we'd like to help you with that smile. Whether you're looking to fix one or two teeth or a whole smile makeover, we can take care of all your dental needs. We have a beautiful modern facility and a great staff. And most importantly, we love what we do. That's what sets us apart from other offices. Let's face it, a dental office is not everyone's favorite place. Whether you're 2 or 102, we make it fun and enjoyable. We perform all types of dentistry as well. Fillings, root canals, crowns, extractions, dentures, implants. We do most everything right in our office. And for you denture wearers, we have a full in-house denture lab and can perform repairs and relines while you wait. We can also talk about adding implants so your denture will snap into place or become screw retained. This is the closest option to natural teeth. We are conveniently located in Gurnee at the corner of Washington and 21 in Saratoga Square. So make today the day you give us a call. 847-244-4000. That's 847-244-4000. Or visit us on the web at GurneeDDS.com. We look forward to seeing you, and remember, second opinions are always free. Excellence in Dentistry, creating excellence one smile at a time.
On AM 560 The Answer, we talk about the important issues that affect your world. Things like the economy, education, and foreign policy. There's always so much going on in the news that we don't always have the time to focus in and talk about the big ideas behind the important issues. Enter Upstream Ideas online at upstream-ideas.com. Upstream Ideas, in partnership with the Illinois Opportunity Project, provides the kind of information that informs the policy discussions happening here on AM 560. At Upstream Ideas, you'll broaden the debate, move beyond partisan assumptions, and challenge accepted beliefs. Upstream Ideas goes against the current and thinks upstream. Go online now at upstream-ideas.com. That's upstream-ideas.com. You'll be armed with new information and fresh perspectives to help encourage you to make the state of Illinois and the United States of America a bit freer, a bit more just, and a bit more civilized. Upstream-ideas.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I had cancer. I have fibromyalgia. I have nerve damage and fatigue. I have thalassemia. I'm hypoglycemic. So my life since cancer, I've had to learn how to live with it. But starting Balance of Nature, I felt it the first month. I felt different. It made such a difference that now I wake up, my head feels clearer, I have more energy. Very rarely does my body cramp up anymore. It's the best thing. It's just amazing. I don't know what to say. I just would not be what I am today if I didn't start Balance of Nature.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, picking up on something Noah Rothman said about the Arizona Senate race and the caravan, border security, the president's reaction to it. I don't know if that
played a part.
Was a big factor. They both sort of said they wanted troops to the border. Sinema even said so.
Well, my Republican friend who voted Democratic, voted for Sinema, said that, well, she just separated herself from the Democratic Party. That gave me some confidence. And also, he criticized the commercials that Martha Mcsally was running at the beginning of her campaign. So they're too harsh. They're too Trump-like.
Your friend is a bedwetting toddler.
Okay, well,
so please pass that on.
Yeah. It sounds like a sort of a Christmas card.
Yeah. Honestly, he's one of those people that if I heard him say something like that,
yeah.
I'm sorry, young man. I'm not willing to go as far back as I need to bring you up to adulthood so we can have a conversation about this race. Here's something that's relevant.
Yes.
Lost in this discussion of the caravan, but the fundamental point of border security, protection of the American people. Another story that will be underreported by the D.C. Press Corps and their regional outposts like the Chicago Press Corps. Illegal immigrant released by a sanctuary city county in New Jersey.
Uh-oh.
Just like Cook is a sanctuary county, Chicago is a sanctuary city, Illinois is a sanctuary state. Illegal immigrant released by Middlesex County, New Jersey last year is the alleged responsible party for a triple homicide in Missouri, said authorities on Friday last week. Luis Rodrigo Perez stands accused of being the gunman in a shooting rampage last week that claimed the lives of 2 men and 1 woman at 2 homes in Missouri. ICE said it tried to deport Perez after he was arrested on domestic violence charges in Middlesex County, New Jersey, last year. But the county, which has a non-cooperation policy with ICE, refused to alert federal agents when it released Perez, and then he disappeared.
Irresponsible.
From ICE's Executive Associate Director Corey Price, had ICE's detainer request in December 2017, been honored by Middlesex County Jail, Luis Rodrigo Perez would have been placed in deportation proceedings and likely sent home to his country, and 3 innocent people might be alive today. Your hate has no home flag wavers. Your virtue signaling suburban dimwits. real lives. Very cavalier with the lives of others who don't live behind gates, who don't live comfortable lives away from the very real exigencies that face most middle-income families. 3 people dead in New Jersey because of virtue signaling leftism. And this is why the women's vote divide is a lot more complicated than the effete, ignorant, well-to-do suburban women understand or would have you believe. Remember, Trump won white women 52% in 2016, a source of real anger from women of the left.
Right. Because even Michelle Obama, she can't understand why women would do that.
He also got 61% of the share of women who are not college educated. Not college educated white women, 61% Trump over Clinton.
All right.
And the same disparity in Florida. Ron DeSantis, 73% of non-college educated white men and 65% of college educated white men. But he also, though he did worse with women, got a majority of the non-college educated white women, 57%. So it's gender, race, education, comfort level. And what is the college education really telling us? It's telling us you had a bunch of smart kids, the third of kids who are going to go to college, who were indoctrinated with poison that has rotted their brains and ability to reason. Postmodernism, intersectionality. And so this is what you're left with. Dimwits, flag wavers, who are willing participants in their own demise and the demise of the communities around them, and completely indifferent to the plight of real people who have to suffer the consequences for the mobocracy they support.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
We'll turn our discussion global, get a bit of a review of the president's trip to France with Jed Babin, former United States Deputy Undersecretary of Defense, at 8:38.
And later, dump someone, but do it with ice cream. We'll explain. But first, into the newsroom we go. Here is Mike Scott.
Sunshine and 20 degrees. 42 people have lost their lives in the Camp Fire, making it the deadliest wildfire in California history yesterday. 13 more bodies were recovered near Paradise. Security at a Brooklyn federal courthouse ramped up this morning as Joaquin El Chapo Guzman's trial begins. The suspected Mexican drug lord is accused of running a multi-billion-dollar drug trafficking operation, much of which came through Chicago. 2 groups are suing in federal court to try and remove Florida Governor Rick Scott from presiding over voter recounts that are now underway, a move Scott says he does not do as governor by law. Common Cause and the League of Women Voters say Scott is using his authority to try and influence the recount, but Florida State Senator Lizbeth Benaquisto explained candidates cannot litigate their way to election wins in the state.
2 judges have already weighed in on the inconsistencies and the issues that are occurring in Broward and in Palm Beach counties, and we will make sure as we move forward that any fixes that need to be put in place by the legislature will be done swiftly and accordingly.
10 people are hospitalized after 2 buses collide on Chicago's far south side. One of the victims of that collision between a Pace and CTA bus is in critical condition. Teachers in Geneva could be headed for a walkout. Teachers are legally allowed to hit the picket lines today, but they're waiting to give the board, they say, more time. The family of a security guard who was shot and killed by a Midlothian police officer at a bar in Robbins is suing over his death. Walter Turner is pastor of the church where shooting victim Jamel Roberson played organ on Sunday.
Everybody loved him in the church community. How in the world does the security guard get shot by the police?
Lawsuit filed yesterday claims the officer who fired at Jamel Roberson used excessive force. An Oak Park High School student is accused of airdropping the image of a swastika to another student's cell phone during an assembly last week. The 13-year-old is charged with dissemination of harmful material. Is scheduled to appear in Cook County Juvenile Court on Wednesday. The incident happened last Wednesday at OPRF. Chicago sports. Hurricanes beat the Blackhawks 3-2. Mavericks over the Bulls 103-98. College hoops. Last night, Northwestern and DePaul with wins. UIC, a last-second lost to Duquesne. The news, a service of the makers of AccuCheck Guide. Are prices a mystery? When you buy your diabetes test strips, skip the guessing game and sign up for the AccuCheck Guide Simple Pay program at simplepaysaves.com, where you'll know you're paying the same low price on quality test strips every time. Exclusions apply. Visit simplepaysaves.com. 8:33 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager explains the left's ideal situation.
Remember Nancy Pelosi? Didn't she see that once where we could sit back and write poetry and compose music? This is the ideal, that somehow you will be fed, clothed, and housed without actually doing anything. It's character destroying, socialism.
The Dennis Prager Show. Weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
My story begins with debt, a lot of debt, credit card debt, and I heard a commercial for Trinity. I gave them a call.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
When I first called, I was a little embarrassed and kind of ashamed, and I looked at the numbers and I saw how quickly that astronomical debt that was in my life would go away.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
What I would tell other people, please pick up the phone and call Trinity. Just let them put together a program and see how affordable and easy it is to pay off your debt.
Call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I thought I had a sinus headache for a few days, but I had a massive brain aneurysm, hemorrhage of the brain, and a stroke, and I was on my deathbed. I was on a respirator in a coma for 35 days, and 3 months later, I came home in a wheelchair. I had double vision. I had to learn to walk again, to speak again. 1 and 1 is 2, write the alphabet. You know, if I went out and did a little something, I'd come home, I'd be in bed. Now, I'm up by like 5:30 in the morning, and I go to the gym. I do shopping. I cook. I have energy all day. I mean, I feel great. Overall, my whole outlook, just feeling, my mental aspect, everything is better.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751, or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
It's 8:36 and a check on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Telemonti.
The northbound tri-state has delays from Holstead to Dixie Highway with a crash blocking 2 center lanes. And it's stop and go 111th to 31st and from the Reagan Tollway to Balmoral. But Adams Tollway had the Arlington Heights Road to Higgins with a crash on the right side. The Reagan Tollway delays are from Farnsworth to 355. Veterans Royal northbound 75th to St. Charles in pockets, and from Army Trail to 290. Northbound 53 at Stop and Go, the Adams Tollway to Kirchhoff. Some delays on eastbound 390, Roselle Road to Rollwing. Edens 20 minutes, Lake Hook to Montrose up on 38. Kennedy 48 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. Eisenhower 52 minutes, 390 to downtown. Stevens an hour and 14 minutes, 355 to the drive. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, partly sunny, breezy, and cold today, a high near 30. Currently 20 degrees at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 9. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Don't forget that you can watch Chicago's Morning Answer on the Income Store live video stream every morning at 560theanswer.com.
If you're talking about it, I'll be talking about it. Dennis Prager here. Join me this morning at 11, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. So, Emmanuel Macron over the weekend, as Trump visited France, gave a very good Veterans Day speech at Suresnes, at the cemetery there, honoring both American and French war dead. But he was criticized.
For not showing up.
Well, yes, Gay Paris. Yeah. He was criticized by Macron, who, channeling Charles de Gaulle, went on this riff about nationalism versus patriotism. Right? The whole kind of nationalism or patriotism is loving my fellow countrymen first, and nationalism is just hating the other. And the implication was that the latter is reflective of Trump's nationalism. And Trump finds it tiresome, would just like Macron to stick a croissant in it and pay up over at NATO. And I think that's probably a sound position. For more on this and other geopolitical matters, we're pleased to be joined by Jed Babin, former United States Deputy Undersecretary of Defense, contributor to the Washington Times and the American Spectator. Jed, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Well, good morning. You might add to my intro at that point that I'm the first person to say, and I think it was right at the beginning of the Iraq War, that going to war without France is like going deer hunting without an accordion. You leave a lot of noisy, useless baggage behind.
They do dress well, though.
That is good. That is very good. Well, so what about the criticism of Trump's time in France and this whole discussion of nationalism and versus patriotism, while, oh, by the way, the EU is sort of melting down?
Well, I think Mr. Macron is clearly off base, and he's just doing what French leaders do whenever they get in trouble at home. He's got like a 29% approval rating in the French polls. He tried to shake up his cabinet. That didn't work. And he went on to begin the observances of the centenary of the end of World War I by going and honoring French war heroes. Of course, that's a very, very, very thin list. By honoring Marshal Pétain. Now, you might remember that Marshal Pétain had a big role in World War I, where he helped lead the French to a completely stalemated war. And then in World War II, he headed the Vichy government, which, among other things, helped the Germans deport tens of thousands of French Jews to Auschwitz and other death camps.
Yes.
So you have a situation where Mr. Macron is falling back. And of course, what he wants to do then, the last resort of a scoundrel, or at least a French scoundrel, is to criticize America. So he was off base very much so in criticizing Mr. Trump and in calling for a European Union army, which is truly a laugher.
Did he? I didn't hear everything Macron had to say. Did he reflect fondly on Robespierre's Reign of Terror, or did he not get to that?
He probably ran out of time before he did that. So,
well, I don't know if you read President Trump's tweets, but this morning he's fighting back. He said he was just trying to get another subject. By the way, there is no country more nationalist than France. Very proud people, and rightfully so. And then in capital letters, make France great again. How long do you think this little tit for tat's going to go on between these two?
Oh, it could go on indefinitely, because Macron, really can't give up on it. Now he's taken his position, at the same time as you pointed out earlier, Dan, that the EU is kind of falling apart. They've got Brexit. They've got Italy, which is broke again. They've got Greece, which is broke again. And, they're really kind of edging towards the abyss themselves. So Macron wants to be leader of the EU, and he's going to continue to pick on Mr. Trump to do it.
And they don't even have like a Gerard Depardieu in his prime to entertain them while this all happens, for the bread and circuses they need for distraction. It's sad. Let me ask you this, Jed. You mentioned Macron trying a cabinet shakeup. It looks like there are more shakeups coming in Trump's cabinet, including with the ouster of Christian Nielsen, who was John Kelly's choice to replace him at Department of Homeland Security. Trump frustrated with her, and a lot of reports that she's a little bit frustrated with him as well when it comes to one of the signature issues of this administration, which is immigration control and border security. Is it time for her to go? And if so, is there an ideal replacement?
Possibly. I can't think of an ideal replacement for an agency which probably shouldn't exist in the first place. But really, I don't know what else is going to go on in the cabinet. I don't think anybody does. Certainly, this is the sort of turnover you see pretty much in every off-year election. After every off-year election, there are always cabinet departures. When I was a deputy underdog in the Pentagon, we looked at the tenure of most of the secretaries of defense and their deputies, and it was something like 18 months. So, to have someone last a lot longer than that, as very few have, like, Cap Weinberger, or Don Rumsfeld, it's really very unusual. So, again, I can't get very excited about it. I don't know if there's an ideal replacement. Rudy Giuliani would be good, but I don't think he wants the job. Couldn't stand the pay cut.
There's sort of got subsumed by the midterms, of course, but more information coming out about that murder of Jamal Khashoggi, including that.
Tell your boss.
Yeah, there was word given back that sort of links it to MBS ordering the killing, which is a surprise to no one. But the question is, just with the evidence mounting, that the order was given by MBS, and what that does to the stability of that regime. What is President Trump to do with respect to the Saudis?
Well, I don't know. It's very hard to believe that the murder of Khashoggi was not carried out either on MBS's orders, Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince, or at least with his knowledge and consent. So I don't know where you go from here. The Saudis are now saying, as they always do, well, there's no involvement of MBS, there's no involvement of the royal family, and these things happen. Look, it is going to be very interesting to see what happens within Saudi Arabia right now. If those things go, they range from MBS staying where he is and having his power as it currently is at a very high level. He's effectively the king at this point. It goes down from there to possibly him being assassinated.
Well,
that happened in 1975 to a Saudi king, so it's not unheard of.
Well, right, and then of course the complicating factor is the region and our relationship with the Saudis vis-a-vis the Iranians, and again this week you've got Hamas firing some 400 plus rockets from Gaza into Israeli-controlled territory to try and murder Jews, and so that whole dance that we do in the Middle East to try to balance off the competing threats to our one true ally, Israel, Jordan, also an ally, but also just stability in that region.
Well, yeah, Mr. Trump is supposedly coming up with a peace plan to include the Palestinians and Israel, and that's still a warning. We don't know what's going to be in it. Reportedly, it has relied on Saudis very heavily against Iran and to try to lead their region. But you have the Saudis now leading that stalemated war against the Houthis, the Iranian-backed tribe in Yemen, and that's a terribly bloody war. Trump is under a lot of pressure to cease support for the Saudis. I mean, we've already ceased air refueling in support of their forces there. So I don't know what really is going to come out of it. I suspect strongly that it's going to be a case where we're going to have to withdraw more influence from the Saudis' behalf. The Khashoggi thing, the Yemen war, I mean, those things are very big factors in what's going on in the whole region right now. And, again, we are going to be opposed to Iran because Iran is religiously opposed to us for the time immemorial. It may be that we have some setbacks in our campaigns against Iran because we have to distance ourselves from the Saudis for a while.
Let's move on to another region of the world, North Korea. There's reports of new satellite images that suggest the North Koreans are still developing their missile capabilities at hidden bases. Do you think President Trump got duped by Kim Jong-un, or is this fake news?
Well, neither. Actually, you guys are probably too young to remember Gomer Pyle, USMC.
I remember Gomer.
Oh, yeah, well, all I can say is regarding the North Koreans not disclosing their bases and continuing their missile developments is surprise, surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
I mean, come on, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
We cannot be surprised at any of this. The North Koreans have never made an agreement that they have followed or obeyed in any respect. The only thing that they're doing right now in sort of a respect to an agreement is the peace armistice signed at the end of the Korean War. They haven't attacked lately, but they're not going to give up their nukes peacefully. They're not going to give up their missiles. So the real question is, what can we do? And the problem is partly that we have undertaken our sanctions against Iran and given China a 6-month exemption from the oil sanctions. And, of course, China is the biggest buyer of Iranian oil. And, of course, China sends Iranian oil to North Korea to prop up the regime. So, it's like everything else. All the bones are connected by one ligament or another. And in this case, we have to look at China. We're trying to get a trade agreement with them. The trade agreement is not going to help us with respect to North Korea. And the Chinese are going to continue to prop up the Kim regime. So we have a status quo that is intolerable to us. I think the only real answer right now is to try to restore the balance of power on the Korean Peninsula, and you do it in two ways. Number one, you give them, the North Koreans, or actually deploy there under U.S. command, substantially more missile defenses, U.S. missile defenses like the THAAD system, like the Patriot system. And now that we're getting out of the INF, the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, because of two things, Russian violations of the treaty and China, which was not part of the treaty, but nevertheless has been developing this sort of weapon for a very long time and deploying it extensively around the Pacific Rim. We need to probably develop our own intermediate range nuclear missiles and put them in range of South Korea, pardon me, and the places in the South China Sea that China is developing.
Speaking of the triumph of hope over experience in these matters, the G20 summit at the end of this month in Buenos Aires, anything likely to come out of that in addition to what you just said other than novelty pens?
Nah. I mean, they'll have a big proclamation at the end, which will go humma, 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 yeah, and don't really do anything. I think the questions really come down to a couple. Number one, is there going to be further objection and resistance to our sanctions against Iran? And number two, are they going to do anything at the WTO, the World Trade Organization, with respect to the bailout that Pakistan wants? Don't forget, Pakistan is beyond, aside from Iran, Pakistan is probably the greatest supporter of terrorist groups in the world. And they're looking for another bailout loan from the WTO. They've had, I think, 4 or 5 since the 1980s that they've benefited from. And frankly, we're going to stop this one because Pakistan is not doing what it needs to do to crack down on these terrorist groups. In fact, they form a large part of the support of the government there.
All right, that's been an underreported story, so that's an interesting note. He is Jed Babbitt, former United States Deputy Undersecretary of Defense, contributor now to the Washington Times and the American Spectator. Jed, thanks so much for joining us as always. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, guys. Sorry to be so depressing, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, I understand. It's a depressing place, this world. Thanks, Jed.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, Joshi, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Oh, I love my pillow. You know what I love best about my pillow? That you can wash it and dry it, because last night Bunky wasn't feeling too well and decided to upchuck about 8 times over the pillows. It did. That was really graphic. It
doesn't sound like a bulldog, though.
Oh, yeah. It's all right. My pillow, made in America. And it has mattress toppers now, the MyPillow mattress topper. And I love it because it has 3-layer design that includes the MyPillow foam for support, transitional foam to help relieve pressure points, and an ultra-soft patented temperature-regulating cover. It has a 10-year warranty and a cover that's washable and dryable as well. Made in the U.S. of A. and has Mike Lindell's 60-day money-back guarantee. You'll get the total body support you need and sleep better. And right now, you'll save 30% when you use promo code Amy. Plus, you'll receive 2 of those standard MyPillows that I absolutely love. You'll get them for free. Or you can still receive the buy one, get one free offer if you just want the MyPillow. So visit MyPillow.com, type Amy, A-M-Y, in that promo code, or call 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201.
If you're self-employed and purchase your own health insurance, I have some good news. From now until December 15th, you cannot be denied coverage based on a pre-existing condition, and depending on your income, you may find a more affordable plan. And this year, thanks to President Trump, if you're healthy and your income is too high to qualify for a subsidy, there is a new and competitive non-Obamacare marketplace where premiums are much lower and the PPO networks include access to our teaching hospitals in Chicago. Employers who provide small group coverage also have new options, and so do seniors looking for Medicare supplement coverage. Call me. I can help.
If you're tired of calling a bureaucrat at an 800 number to help you navigate Obamacare, then you need a local expert on your side. Your own health insurance mentor. C. Stephen Tucker from healthinsurancementors.com is someone I know and trust. He's a 20-year licensed broker who's been educating our listeners for 7 years. Steve, how can our listeners get in touch with you?
Thanks, Dan. They can visit healthinsurancementors.com or call me directly at 630-674-1551.
Attention maintenance coordinators. Fans are a vital part of your business's building or factory. You've got to keep the air moving. But when they break down or need service, who can you call? Vans Industrial repair all types of fans, from small wall fans to large air movers.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of Vans Industrial. Fan repair is one of many services that Vans offers. If you have a fan with a damaged shaft, bearing, impeller, or housing, we can help. And if you need a new fan, we handle all major brands and can provide engineering assistance to properly size your new fan. Our crews can respond to your emergencies or routine maintenance and will have your fan back up and running fast. And when we're done repairing your fan, we can also dynamically balance it so it runs smooth for years to come.
Vans uses only the best and safest union-trained mechanics, insured at the highest level, to perform the job right. Call 833-VANS-IND to get your fan repaired today. That's 833-VANS-IND. Or on the web at vansindustrial.com.
Did you know that studies have shown that we need over 10 servings of fruits and veggies every single day? If you're like me, it's hard to find the time and money to prepare and eat all of those fruits and vegetables. Who can do that? Yet we know that proper nutrition can prevent health problems, give us energy, and help us heal faster. Balance of Nature has spent over 20 years researching and delivering solutions to this problem. We can ensure that you consume over 30 different fruits and veggies every single day. Our capsules are filled with 100% real whole foods. There isn't a single thing added to Balance of Nature products. They're pure. We spent an incredible amount of time on the quality of our products. We do this for you. We do it for our own families. Give yourself a break and give your body what it needs. Call now to receive 35% off your first Balance of Nature order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code CHICAGO.
I'm with Megan Johnson, who's the writing director for MVP Kids. Megan, some of the topics in the books are pretty scary for preschoolers, going to the doctor, the dentist, for elementary-aged, anger, worry, anxiety. How do you approach these tough topics?
With my own kids, I've spent a lot of time working out how to prepare for these potentially scary or uncomfortable situations. So for the preschool level, our stories are told through rhyme. This is great for kids' language development, but it also makes it more playful. Anything approached playfully with kids becomes less threatening to them. So we show our characters' fears being relieved and enjoying aspects of that experience. Our elementary books are very relatable stories that deal with difficult topics. Our team does a lot of research on methods for addressing behaviors and understanding emotions, and weaves those into the story.
It's a fascinating project, and I urge you to learn more. Go to mvpkids.com. You'll save 20% with our special Mike G coupon code. Go to mvpkids.com, Mike G coupon code. Go to mvpkids.com. Use the promo code Mike G.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, and look, Amy, not everybody has an easy time ending relationships. Not everybody is a love them and leave them type.
Like me,
you
hang
are.
them high, Jacobson.
Yeah.
Don't call me, lose my number.
Hit the skids,
Don't
Joe.
text me.
That's
Don't
right.
stalk me. Don't talk about me. Leave me alone.
And so a Vancouver-based ice creamery has come up with an idea.
Yeah.
Nora's Non-Dairy is the company, and sort of a twist on the Ben & Jerry's politicized ice cream flavors.
All right, yeah.
Series of ice cream pints specifically meant to both communicate the end of the relationship and provide some comfort food in the aftermath. For example, the names. Bye-bye Brownie.
Oh, that's
racist.
No.
Bye-bye Brownie?
No, why everybody? No, it's not meant
Oh
to
my
be that way.
oh
It's
my
bye-bye
God.
brownie, like bye-bye honey, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, and then here's
Then
some chocolate
here's
ice
some
cream.
chocolate ice cream and some brownies.
I don't know.
Chocolate
I don't know.
has healing properties to it, so eat and get fat and go to J.B. Pritzker levels. Yes?
Here's another one. Strawberries and You're Mean.
Strawberries what?
Strawberries and You're Mean. Here's some strawberry ice cream. I'm breaking up with you because you're mean, I guess. I don't know. Oh.
Never heard that one before.
It's just vanilla.
That's awesome. A take after It's Just Lunch.
There's also a list of
It's
items
just vanilla.
one can check off to explain the breakup, including you like Nickelback.
You made that up.
No.
You totally made that
This
up.
is, no, Nora's
You did it?
Non-Dairy in Vancouver made it
All
up.
right. Thanks so much for making us part of your morning. Thanks to Justin Kosick, our technical director, producer extraordinaire. Quinn McCarthy and Keith Conrad, our executive producer. We're back here bright and early tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. Now let's head right into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
Well, it's pretty as a photograph outside right now. Blue skies and sunshine. Partly sunny, breezy, cold today in your forecast, high near 30. Geneva teachers could be